Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look, y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal, and haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rains. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. I got, let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do,
Don't
man.
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep
sick of
that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold ya, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for ya. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look, y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal, and haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rains. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. I got, let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do,
Don't
man.
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep
sick of
that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold ya, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for ya. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look, y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal, and haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rains. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. I got, let's switch that up.
What is you
What I
doing?
wanna do,
Don't
man.
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep
sick of
that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold ya, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for ya. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I'm addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do.
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just super
that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold ya, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for ya. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I'm addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do.
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that
super
going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold ya, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for ya. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I'm addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do.
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that
super
going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold ya, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for ya. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rains. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do.
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just super
that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rains. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do.
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rains. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do.
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So, look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rains. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. I got nah, let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that
something
going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So, look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. I'ma just chill and watch them and eat snacks in the attic. I wanted to chill with the pack and be like a young wolf, but then they would mistake me for addict. If I can imagine it's cool to give you some advice, then invite your girl to your squadron. Cause if you don't give her that option, you gon' be single player like Sovereign. You gon' get tossed in the bushes by King David. Royalty and not a pretender. Detrimental to an elemental, what's an avatar to a knee bender. I gotta be me though. I know it's my destiny, work to Carnito. Who cares if you fly, if you still a mosquito? You swear you ain't stunting, but really be Steve-O. You like to collect stuff and that's cool, but I got bad news. Even if you really was that dude, King David still be the king of the statues. Since a juvenile, I've been cursed with a curse to be musical. And if you hate it, we'll meet in the crucible. Other than that, then it's cool and it's beautiful. We let you know that your dreams are pursuable. Whatever you wanna do, then it's doable. If you got work on a Sunday, it's suitable. Cause you can listen to this in your cubicle on the Lord's Day. Woo. If you got work on a Sunday, it's suitable. Cause you can listen to this in your cubicle on the Lord's Day.
Mike's it's just a different generation of kind of thing. So
it is what it is, but we getting through.
Getting through as always.
Mic checks, you know what I'm saying? So let's see. I see my levels was pretty good. Let me get a Solve level.
Hello.
Yeah, there we go. Solve face. So look, man. So as y'all can see, we just got tired of these other two lords. You know what I'm saying?
I got these dudes out of here.
This is what is the initial intention of ILP podcast.
That's what it always was. Clark Junior High School, the building.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? PS31 in the building.
PS31 in the building.
You know what I'm saying? What for? Look, man. Look, y'all, this is what y'all really wanted, right? Y'all didn't want no addict. Y'all don't want no. Y'all want the nuanced lords. Y'all want the reasonable lords. Y'all want
reasonable minds that agree most of the time on what logically should be happening.
Should be happening. You know what I'm saying? So look, man, what we gonna call? We gonna be like Belle Biv DeVoe. We gonna be like a spinoff of ILP. We just do this. This the Poison album. This is the Poison album, man. Y'all don't want New Edition no more.
Yeah.
Nah, real talk. We will discuss what's going on with our brothers. Ask your parents too. He said, "God damn right, I want Arkansas." Yeah, Rook. ILP as a buddy comedy. What's up, Rook? I'll use some conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ebony and not ivory. Ebony and caramel or something in the middle.
Caramel. Facts. The uncompromising duo. Let's go. Oh, we got a member chat already.
We have Amon Burns, member for 9 months, Lord Bronze. So what's the crack, boys? Hollow Knight Silksong on Game Pass is bad and still sells well every other place. PS5 cutting HD space still overpriced. Oops.
Oh man, we're gonna get into it. So hear ye, and we are live. Welcome to the Iron Lords Podcast LLC at lordsofgaming.net, episode number 416, Football Sunday, baby. Another glorious Sunday. We're back at the round table on the Lord's Day, and today we've got that Hollow Knight Silksong, y'all. Big one in these streets. Xbox Game Pass developer tension. It's a new one. This is hot off the press. Had to change the topic. It's a new one. And we got PS5 storage downgrade. I wonder whose topic is that.
Why is this a topic? This is what I'm talking about here.
See, this is why we got to take over. You know what I'm saying?
Scraping the dregs of the barrel.
Always finding.
To talk about hard drive space.
Well, wonder whose topic that is. And Take-Two almost saving Perfect Dark to discuss. So we're going to get right into it. So let's introduce the elephant in the room, two lords that are missing. So first of all, shout out to all jokes aside, shout out to Lord Addict. I just spoke to him. I was up late with him last night. So right when we were talking, because we always strategizing, scheming, doing
in the
things
middle of the night.
In the middle of the night. We're the night hours of the crew, and that's my brother. So we rocking. Then it was late, like 3 a.m. And then I got a sharp cutoff from the call, and he hit me back. He was like, "Yo, power outage." So he's got an outage in his area, and it's like I guess there's an app that lets you know whatever. So shout out to Addict. But I did speak to him. He will join in progress. They said he gonna get about an hour, could be an hour or so he could join in process. And then our other Lord, you know what I'm saying, the King, you know what I'm saying, back from vacay, whatever. So he'll be he just run a little bit late. But yeah, all jokes aside, hopefully our brothers will be here. But we still got the tag team. We still got BBD up in here. Most technical gaming lord. East Coast family. Most technical gaming lord, the solo gaming list for the single player selfish experience, and also the Sostradamus, the Lord of Clarity, Messiah, and Lord Patron of the Iron Bank, PC Master Races. Oh, Lord Sovereign, how we doing, sir?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing very, very well. A lot of stuff to talk about. Ooh. Like this past week has been bonkers. Crazy. So let me start with Shinobi Art of Vengeance has been completed. Lord Ruse has been deposed.
Woo! Okay. Before we get into that, I just need to know, what was the build? What amulets did you go with? What was the nimpos? What was the flow of choice that really stuck through he messed up BBD. We was doing good. We was about to drop the dual album, and then man.
No.
So we about to do BBD. Poison's about to drop, so we don't need Bobby Brown no more. We don't need Bobby right now.
Bobby did good on his
Bobby's
own, man.
good on his off of his own.
We ain't no Ralph Tresvant over here.
Every little step you take is over there, sir.
Yo, it's my prerogative.
Do what I want to do. It's
Oh my God, I was breaking my neck to get in here.
You good. I got you the intro right after. But guys, so what was the flow for what was some of the builds, things you was using?
So my flow was mostly like I talked about when we talked about it, a lot of juggling. I love juggling. As soon as I get you up in the air, I'm jumping up. I'm hitting you with the dash slash. I'm hitting you with the multi kunai. When it came to nimpons,
what's the nimpo? What you doing?
Obviously the water nimpon, the counter nimpon. I gotta go with with that. The fire one. I started being beastie with the dragon one because the dragon one has I started being beastie with the dragon one because the dragon one takes time. So you have to time it a certain way. So I said, let me be a jerk and try to really get this off on like beastie, like certain enemies that you really shouldn't be trying this on. And it was successful because I also had the amulet equipped that it sped it up. Yeah, so I was doing that. So I was doing that. That's pretty much it. Kept it pretty basic.
What ninja magic? What's the main one?
Mostly, I used to heal a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Heal a lot. Water. There were moments when I wanted to when I wanted to use the dragon. The dragon was my favorite one overall. Moments I wanted to use that one, and I'm like, nope, I need to re-up my power bar, so I need to use my heal. So I used the heal a lot and the dragon. That was kind of my two go-tos. And obviously assassinations as much as I possibly could. Like I would do stupid things like get certain enemies to that point and then leave them alone, and then and then I have 5 or 6 enemies on screen and I just whiz through them.
Yes.
Very, very satisfying. But to hell with Lord Ruse's second form. It was like it's fine except for one thing that's so cheap that it's like it takes up the whole screen. You're not avoiding it. You're not avoiding it. You're not phasing through it. There's just nothing. You're not avoiding it. So if you don't have enough, that was one of the instances where I was like, damn, I could try to fight this out and try to end it nicely, or just let me re-up my power bar and be sure I get this done.
Yes.
So I couldn't be as nice as I wanted to be with it.
I guess.
I did it. And then I was like, I hadn't done a bunch of the rifts yet. So I still have a few rifts left. I have basically most of the combat challenges done. So I just have a few rifts left. There's a couple of them that are just
excuse me, sir. How are you playing this game?
I am playing this game on PC at 120 frames per second.
No, I thought you took your Steam Deck or something like that when you was at work.
Oh, no, because I have my laptop at work, so
he beastie.
I have the laptop.
He beastie.
And if y'all know his laptop is crazy.
Yeah, exactly. But both of my laptops is the same. So I just I'm doing it like that. So my eyes are getting worse and worse, and I find myself like when I use my ROG, I try to use our our glasses, I throw on the glasses, the that gives us the big super screen. So that's how I play a lot with my ROG now because I'm just getting worse. My eyes.
You mean the X-Rails?
The X-Rails. There you go.
Yeah.
So
shout out to X-Rail.
So that's done. That's done. Fantastic, wonderful game. Oh my gosh! Shout out to Ben Fike and the team. Lizard Q.
Facts.
I'm jealous.
Yeah. Fantastic. And then, like I said, I've been playing. There's so much stuff to play. Obviously, we'll talk some about Adventure of Samsara. We've had that game for a little bit from our friends over at Atari.
Yes, sir.
I played Hell Is Us, which is a third-person, crazy
you played
third-person
the demo,
game.
or you played the game?
No, I got the game. I picked up the game. Like I had to, these are the times when the bank gets put to the side, and I just kind of. So that I got that. I got Chronos New Dawn, Bloober's new game.
You picked that up too?
Oh yes, I did, sir.
That man going in.
Yeah, I needed to be part of the conversation. I'll be playing all of these on the plane to Japan.
He got a lot to play.
Yes. So that again, just a couple of hours into each one of them, so I don't have all that much to say. I guess I don't know. I will get into it a little bit later and talk a little bit more in depth about them. And also, shout out to our friends over at Ubisoft for sending over a code for the Switch 2 port of Star Wars Outlaws.
Salute.
It's funny because we joked about it in our chat. I was like, oh, slideshow, here we go.
How that performance?
It looked good,
bro.
It looked real good,
bro.
Really?
Yep.
It's 30. It's 30.
Okay.
And the thing is, for me, for all of us, really, we're so used to playing at minimum 60 now that even a solid 30 takes a while for your eyes to get adjusted to, and it feels choppy because you're just not playing at 30 anymore. But it's a mostly solid 30. It is a full RTGI game. There's full ray tracing. This game was not built. with rasterized lighting or shadowing anything.
Wow.
It's a fully ray traced game, and that translates to the Switch 2.
Wow.
Fully ray traced game. Performance wise, it kind of it usurps Series S in a lot of ways, simply because on paper it's not as strong a platform as the Series S, right?
Right.
But it's come out 5 years later than the Series S. The hardware in there is just more advanced. Obviously they're using DLSS, they're using upscaling. Just the way the machine is built allows it to punch above its weight, even though at a base level.
Hold on, pump your brakes.
Here you go. Here come the hate.
Listen, I just gotta say, noticeably, there's a lot of things missing to achieve said frame rate that you're talking about. It's not a 1-for-1 because there's a lot of boxes and stuff in the background that is missing, but it's a nice port.
It's overall, it's a pretty important than the Series S version.
Well, I mean,
there are things missing, and if those boxes mean that much to you, that's fine.
Well, I mean, if you put the boxes there,
All right.
if you put the boxes there, then it won't run like that.
Got you. Got you.
Yeah.
But, no.
I mean, we're not going to admit.
Why you argue? But why you argue over like it's a 5? There's a 5-year difference in hardware. Like it should be superior.
Little man, it should be, but little man got all his boxes though.
I don't know about that.
All his boxes.
Like, I can see if your joint showed up with all the boxes. Like you came 5 years late.
I would
and
say
you ain't
that,
got all your boxes.
I would say that my friends at Digital Foundry. I know they're not your friends. My friends at Digital Foundry.
They're my friends when they do stuff that I like.
That you like. Yeah.
They haven't been his friends since Resolution Gate. He's not about them since Resolution Gate.
Now that they got their independence, I think I kind of like them.
Continue, sir.
Yeah, but it is again, as we in the previews, people was like, "Oh, this is the worst thing ever." And the final product, they got it across the finish line.
They removed the boxes.
Yeah, they removed the boxes.
Get them damn boxes out of there.
Yeah. And docked looks very nice. On again. What I really don't like about the Switch 2 is that damn screen, man. Like, I just like, man, I would have paid more for just giving me more. Like, it's fine. Like I talk about quickly, Silksong, right? Yeah. So when Silksong went live, I forgot it was on Game Pass, so I went right to Steam. Steam was bricked.
Wow.
Yeah, bro, we're gonna talk about it broke all the stores.
Bricked.
All the stores was broke.
Steam was bricked.
Yeah.
Then I was like, oh, wait a minute, Game Pass. I go to Game Pass, bricked.
eShop, bricked.
eShop bricked, and then it loaded, and it came up. I was like, well, I guess I'm getting this. So that's the first one I was able to actually download, so I got it. And so they got my money there, and they got me on Game Pass now.
Nice thing. Save some of ours for
all he did was just put 5 games in the backlog.
Facts. 5 games that I'm going to play like 2 hours of each on the flight to
Tokyo. Yeah, to Tokyo. That's Tokyo backlog. We're gonna get bad stuff done on that flight. I'm telling you right now. You're gonna get stuff done on that flight, bro.
I kind of can't wait.
I actually look forward to it.
I never have that much time to sit down and play games.
So I'm telling you, it's funny you say that because it's like now y'all in my travel bag somewhere. So it's like you gonna get games done. Like, because you gonna get like 75% of it done there, and then you can continue most likely, once you land, when you get home.
Once we get back, exactly, and then in the evenings when we get back to the hotel before you go to bed or whatever, like
could get games done, bro. I'm telling you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. That's it's funny. You're going to Japan, and that's one of the things I'm looking forward to most is to be able to game.
to have time to actually play.
Facts.
Facts. So that's it. We'll talk more in depth about this stuff later.
And of course, we have the incredible Hulk of this, aka the XS Gamer. The prophet of Xbox.
Swami.
King of the statues, who demands nothing less than that premium experience, and is the ascendant one of the Xbox platform movement. Beloved Lord King, fresh off the Vaca show.
Yes, man.
I'm sorry. They told you not to forget to pack your Depends, Scott.
Oh, yeah, I got those. Yeah, for sure. For 13 hours, or me and Dion, we all in, baby. You want Bladder Gang, baby.
My apologies. Continue.
No, definitely. What's up? Depends. What's up?
You
What's
know
up?
what? He
I'm
had
outside.
to do that on my joint. Like, he had to throw the Depends on my side. Hog will not be taking Depends.
Listen.
Listen, because
King gonna take them out of his backpack in his suitcase.
as soon as we get over there, because listen,
Manscaped ain't doing what they supposed to do. Depends look like they right up.
he has a carry-on bag now. I made sure that thing will never happen again. So he's gonna have this carry-on bag with him. We're never looking at Depends again as an option. It was never an option. So again, I want you guys to leave me alone in my DMs about Cogs Depends.
Why they hitting you up?
Because like on Fight Night Fridays, right? So shout out to Fight Night Fridays. The dudes came through, and you do like the topic. Like I don't know why you the topic on what Cog doing on Friday. I said, first of all, why don't you ask Cog what he doing on a Friday? Can't you just DM him? Nah, he don't talk to me. I said, I wonder why. I wonder why.
I haven't talked to anybody this week, man. I've been in the cut.
If you look at those streams, you definitely stay away. I told him, I said,
he said you definitely stay away.
I said, if he hears this stuff, he ain't gonna show up here. All right. So International Kings, fresh off the vacation.
Yeah.
Nice.
Took wifey on a cruise. I didn't even put all of them up. Right. So this is the first time we went to Atlantic City. We went to the Jersey. Remember that thing that we did? We did, little spot stuff. But this is the first time I said, because, listen, we going to Japan.
Yeah, we're going. We're going to be back in Japan.
The kid going to be gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wifey situations.
I had stashed away some bread.
Yeah.
All right, I want y'all all to come close, right?
Nobody don't know.
Listen, everybody, this is how you do it so you don't get murdered or divorced.
Exactly. We're about to give y'all a game. Go ahead.
You got to finesse the game. So what you do is you give them what they desperately want. To be idolized, loved, and put on a pedestal, right? So what I did was I made sure that I put a $500 budget for swim attire for her.
Okay.
All right, so I was like, yo, get whatever you want. Now I know she's not gonna go over 500 because what she do is she go to Macy's and get them on clearance and stuff like that. Because I'm like, yeah, get that, right? So they showing up and she's like, should I get slippers? Yeah, get what you want.
Get the flyers.
So I took her. I said, let's go get a manis and petties. So I got petty, but she got the mani and the petty. Go do that. Go do that.
Fine. We gotta look our best.
Facts. So this is the first time me and her had a mani petty. We was in a joint together. So they see husband and wife in there. All the girls are jealous.
All the girls are jealous of that because the men don't come. Yeah, it's a fact.
So got the toes done, and I said, let me bounce out of here. She don't know. I brought her special candies. Now, on the cruise, the cruise don't blow your pocket out. Yeah. Shout out to Margaritaville for being the best cruise line going for the affordable prices. Okay. Like all the stuff that you got going on there. So it took us to the Bahamas. We went to Nassau. Right? So we flew into Florida to West Palm Beach. And as soon as we got there, jumped on the ship, did our stuff, right? And then you go out to sea for a couple of days, and then you go to Bahamas, and then you go on your way back. But we stayed in West Palm Beach for an extra day.
Nice.
Because I wanted to take her to a nice hotel.
Yeah.
Pamper her. Give her all the time that she needed.
There we go.
And then she got a chance to see Grown Man King all the time. Because normally I have on iron lords
working.
Right.
Sweatpants. Nah, it was growing in sexy time.
Yes, it was linen all day. I had linen in every color. Linen. Woo! Speaking that out, right? Okay, so check it out. Okay. Yes, Egyptian cotton. So check it out. We get to the Bahamas. Right? Now, I had something happen to me.
Okay.
I'm in the water, playing around, doing the king thing, having fun.
Yes.
Now, before we got in the water, I saw crabs on the beach. Okay. Right? So the crabs on the beach, they, go side to side. So I'm like, stupid little crabs. I'm getting in the water. So the water's crystal clear. Beautiful. And they got these little birds over there. They look like road runners, but they're not road runners, right? and they just like Bahama birds, and they just like pestering you. They want your food, right? But they go, right? That's their joint, right? So I'm like, oh, there you go, right? Whatever. And I get in the water. We playing around. Tell me why a crab pinched my toe.
Hey, yo.
So I scream out, Wifey think I'm making fun of the birds. So she laughing, and I'm trying to get out the water because I think my toe came off. Right?
Whoa, that don't sound, that crab joint is sharp.
Oh, yeah. So on the top of his, their crabs is different. Their crab got a little, they got a little bottom piece, but on the top, they joint is bulbous, right? So I said, and the other hand is weak. They got a weak link hand, right? So, yeah. So I said, if he hit me with the bulbus,
it's over.
My toe's gone.
Yeah, you lost.
Right? But he didn't, son. He gave me a little love tap. He was like, yo, shout out to you.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, Westchester. But I had to get out the water, and they had a stingray there. Stingray there. So he was at the beach. He was just chewing, doing his thing. And it was a turtle in the water swimming around. This is what happens in the Bahamas.
Nah.
Now check this out. Nah. Get worse.
What?
The whole time, wifey's saying, I want to swim with the dolphins. The whole time before we get there, I want to swim with the dolphins. They had a dolphin package to go swim. So I was like, you want to go swim with the dolphins? She was like, nah. If I see them out there, I like to swim with the dolphins, right? She's like, don't spend the $500 so we go swim with the dolphins. I said, all right, cool.
Okay.
We get to West Palm Beach.
Right.
We're in the water. We got the cabana joint. We doing it up. We got the food. Everything's nice.
Fire.
In the water.
What?
Before we get into the water too deep, there's another stingray there.
Hey, yo,
so I'm like, yo, he came all the way from the Bahamas to see what's up, right? I said, my man know how to travel. What's up, all right? All right, cool. Not paying the stingray no mind, just making sure that it ain't the Irwin,
remember that? Right? That's how he got.
Yeah, so I'm not up on him. I'm out, 'cause you got to be out of his distance. All right, cool. Tell me why wifey's back is facing the water.
Okay.
And my back is facing the beach.
Right.
And we're talking and we're having a great time. So,
what's up?
I seen a giant mass go up behind her.
What? A creature? What?
Giant?
Yeah.
A giant mass. I said, oh no.
She's out of here.
Because I can say nothing. I can say, you know, in Jaws, when he sees the shark for the first time and his neck go like that?
Yeah. Wait.
Right,
so I'm
gonna tell you what it is. Right, so my neck go like that. And she look at my eyes. And she's like, and she starts to get out the water. And I'm backing up. And I'm like, I don't see a fin. In my head, I'm like, Florida alligator.
Oh, the alligator. So you okay?
I said, we done. Man. We done. I said, did I bring her here to get sacrificed? Yo, oh my God. I said, man, this trip is gonna suck so bad if she did, right? Because I was a distance away.
The chat said no, Rebecca.
Yo,
he's stupid.
I see scales. Scared to death. Then I look, I see a whole eyeball.
What?
A whole eyeball look at me. It go like this. An eyeball look at me out the water and keep it moving. I go to get out the beach. I still don't know what it is. All right, shout out to the Caucasian people in the room. I just want to tell you, y'all the most fearless people on the face of this. You guys, us with the tan, guys with the tan, out the water. We don't care what's
we
in
ain't
the
playing
water.
that game.
It's a mass in the water, we out the water.
A mass.
This dude is running down the beach with his wife and said, do you see the manatees?
I'm done.
Do you see the manatees?
The manatees.
I said, the manatees is over there. He jumps in the water to go play with the manatees.
I'm done.
Now, apparently, they are harmless.
They are very, very docile, yes.
Yeah, they'll kiss you in the mouth and all that other good stuff. Right?
I've never seen one of these.
They are sea cows, right? Manatees. They don't bother.
Okay.
I said, I'm not worrying about
manatees in Florida. Wow.
I said, I'm not worried about.
Oh,
he
ugly.
They're not the prettiest.
He got the snout with the joint. Nah, I'm good.
Listen, I got to say this.
I'm very biased if it's not an attractive animal.
Especially if they're ugly, right?
Yeah, like, isn't it messed up that certain animals, we just have a natural bias because we don't like the way they look?
And they could be the most dangerous.
I know.
Right? So Listen, he looked like 3 of me. He was the
Yeah.
size of 3 of me in the water. That's how the mass was moving. And all right, so I back out, right?
Yeah.
I said, I'm not worrying about him.
Astro Perry King though, he Florida. He like they the best. He knows. He said he going in.
Yeah.
He defend. He said they're harmless.
That's nice. They harmless, but the dudes that know that they a sucker, that's the one I'm worried about.
True.
The dude that know that he don't fight back. Right, that dude, the dude that know he can punch him in the face and just get off with his lunch money.
Right.
That's the guy I'm afraid of. So I'm thinking sharks, alligator, whatever the hell hunts him, because he's food for somebody. being that he's so, you know, in school you had those dudes in the lunchroom that didn't fight back. Those dudes, they always got picked on by the sharks.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, wifey saw it. She's white now. She said,
Oh my God.
that's it. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. So we get to the beach and we're gathering up our stuff, right? And we're leaving. So this is a little like an area to leave because we're on a private beach. So it's on an area to leave. It's a little pathway and it looks like a little jungle and it has a canopy over the top with trees. I hear her go, yeah.
What is going on in this
I said, what the hell is yeah? Now, mind you, for context, I'm half naked putting on my clothes.
That part.
Right? So I have on no shirt and I'm putting on my pants. And I hear, yeah. What the hell is yeah?
Right.
Like, we're in the bush. So I'm thinking something then came up in the bush to get us. So I'm thinking about, y'all got to get out of here. Right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Yo, I put on my pants as fast as possible. My shirt is hanging off my sleeve. I'm coming out. What happened? Yeah, what happened? It is a gecko. A bearded dragon, sorry. Is a bearded dragon about this big. Stand and watch while we change our clothes. Like,
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
The king ain't taking no autographs. I'm like,
Manatees and dragons.
I'm like, you are Dominican. You come from the Dominican Republic. You see a lizard and you yell out, yeah? I said, you're supposed to look at it and be like, mi amigo. That's it. I mean, like, yo, what's going on? I could not believe it. So she was like, listen, I'm definitely done with this beach. Even though it was the most beautiful beach. We left out of there. We went to the swimming pool at the hotel. All right. So in the airport, all I was playing was Switch 2, Mario Kart
You brought the
World.
Switch. Wow.
Oh, yeah. No, I took it with him. Wifey said I could take it in the airport because she liked to be in the airport for no reason for a long time.
All right. Switch. All right.
So I played that this week. I also played 2 NDA games that we're going to talk about later. And I've been playing a whole lot of Black Myth Wukong. I am absolutely addicted to that game.
Salute.
I think that game for an exploration junkie like myself, it's a horrible game to have because it lets you explore as much as possible, right? And hold on.
You good?
It lets you explore as much as possible. And I didn't know that there was crafting in the game, stuff that you can do. So the game is a lot deeper than I was led to believe. So that's been consuming 90% of my time. I haven't even been playing Marvel Rivals like that. There's a couple of games that I wanted to get done. So when y'all saying Shinobi, I was like, I'm mad, I'm jealous. But right now, he got the move. Now, you know the move from Naruto when he does Shadow Clone Jitsu. He can make at least 8 other monkeys.
Oh, that's fire.
And they get to whipping on your ass. They got them sticks. It is the best. It's the best feeling to jump a dude. Like to jump a dude, like especially if he think he tough. If he think he tough, I got this move that I can freeze him, and he be like, and I call out all the monkeys.
Get him.
And then I got this other dude that I put a staff on the floor that give us critical to put our hit powers up. We start the wheeling on dudes. If you see us, run. Because we start the wheeling on you, it is. I can see why they was mad that they didn't get Game of the Year.
Okay.
I can see. So it's a definitely dope game. If you don't have Black Myth and you got an Xbox, go out and get that. If you have a PlayStation, go get that. If you got it on Steam, go get it on Steam. But it's a dope game if you was thinking about it. That's about it.
And of course, we have the gaming ninja himself, the Shinobi, Lord Cognito, spread that riddles in the realm of the ILP. Not tell you what you want in, but what you need there. Shout out to my man Matty Plays Duke. We were talking about the perfect dark stuff, which we'll get into. Shout out to Sega, man. Shout out to Shinobi, man. They did a pop-up in Soho, bro. Like, it was super dope. Almost like art gallery vibe. Top was kind of like clothing and stuff, and a lot of exclusive merch. And yeah, definitely Sega was in the building. And then downstairs they had like the lounge with the bar. They had Art of Vengeance on one screen, big 50, 60-inch joint. And then they had Shinobi 3, Revenge of the Ninja Master, right next to it. And then on the panel, it had it like almost like, again, it was like an art gallery joint. They had like these, bro. You ever went to something that is so about what you like?
Like how much?
Right, but nothing's for sale.
Oh.
And for the first time, Young Cog was like, I want to steal that. like you know when you got bad thoughts, like bro, they got it was like Mona Lisa paintings of every Shinobi game with the arcade panels, bro. It was beautiful. I put the pictures off. They had Shadow Dancer. They had the Master System cover one.
My God,
they had them all, and I'm like, if I could just steal something and get out of here. Like, nothing. All they was selling was one pick. And I'm like, so needless to say, I brought the one pick. And I brought they had the merch. They had the merch. And they had the pen and all that. You know what I'm saying? It was fire, right? I'm not even going to hold you. They had the little liquor. They had the sake. They had, like, Shinobi theme, Japanese theme liquor. They had the whiskey sours and all that. You know what I'm saying? Yes, but, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, the event was so dope. I was just like, man, y'all not selling nothing. Like, I wanted it to be an auction. Like, yo, put these up for sale or something. Like, let me get busy. Going once, going twice. Like, come on. Like, bro, you can't put me in that type of situation. You tested me. You know what I'm saying? So I kept it cool. Shout out to my man. Oh, what's my man name? My man from he was at the Atari joint with us. He was at the 7800 soft.
Bars?
Yeah, I think your man that was we was doing the 7800 together.
Oh my God, what's his name?
I forget his name right now. It's the second time we ran into each other, and then hip hop.
I know you talk about the dude from Level 1 Gaming.
No. This is a new girl. It's a local cat.
This is the Atari rep. Like, he's the one that was
Jason.
Yeah,
no, not Jason.
Not Jason. It was another creator who when we as Solve went to do the 7800 Pac-Man.
He was showing us the 2600 slash
no.
Pac-Man.
Not the guy that was showing. The guy that he was in there playing.
He was playing.
And we came.
Okay,
yeah, man. Bro, I'm so sorry. I'm blanking right now. But yo, you cool as hell. We exchanged whatever. And then there was another cat, hip hop cat, that me and him was building, and then we ended up finding out we had mutuals, and then he's like, you know, Gerard, I'm like, hip hop? He's like, yeah. He throw hip hop on FaceTime right there. He's like, yo, you don't give up. Like, yo, son, what up? What you doing this Soho, son? What's up? So I'm like, yo, what up? So it was super dope. It was a vibe. Shout out to the Shinobi pop-up joint. I just like it. What I like that they said is that they try to be better, because even though Sega, what it is they have a problem because Sonic is so big. But they're like, they gotta get the other IPs that level of love that they're giving the Sonic and stuff like that. So I'm like,
they're off to great starts.
Yeah, keep doing what they're doing. So salute to them on that.
Streets of Rage is fantastic, and this Shinobi is incredible.
Salute to that. But as far as the games, obviously we're gonna talk about stuff that we're gonna talk about in a minute, which is Samsara. Also playing a lot of Demio. Been playing a lot of Demio, man. It's about
you need to hit me up, bro.
Yes,
like, cause I got my 3.
You back now. You back now. So it's up.
Yeah.
It's up. Like I really figured to play with you because this joint is fire, bro.
I put Wifey in to see what AR was.
Yes, to see how to do the.
Okay, so VR blows her mind.
Yeah,
the AR.
She
said, "It's here.
It's here.
It's here." I said, "Pick it up."
It's really, you know what it remind me of? It remind me of when we first saw the demo for HoloLens.
Oh, yeah.
And we was like, that's a reality now. Like, that's it. Yeah. That's what the AR, because you're literally manipulating the whole thing in your house. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So that kind of thing. But yeah, man, it was dope. So I've been doing that, and then obviously Shinobi, like, so I'm trying to go for the 100%. I got a couple more riffs and stuff like that. But yeah, let's get the super chats. Then we can talk about this other game that all of us are playing.
No doubt. Hold on a second. We have a Fia Marie, £2 super chat. Greetings, my liege, lords and loves. Lady Fee in the building. Hashtag a little Japanese flag there, kimono. Yes. Awesome. It is nearly upon us. Amon Burns, I read this before. Thank you, Amon. Appreciate you.
No more crazy tricks that we got to do. I was so scared last week when I wasn't here. I was like, what did they make me do? Like,
what do I got to come back to? There we have Hector the Macho Man, $2 super chat. Football, gaming, and the Lord's perfect Sunday.
Salute. Appreciate y'all being here. We know what's going on.
We know how it goes.
Y'all
you know how it goes.
Yeah, speaking of which, Jets, y'all got Aaron, right? Y'all got Kick. Oh, you going against? Oh, your face. Why you got the face? What happened?
He got the face.
Don't talk to me about those things. Hey, yo, our offensive line, the best dude that we had on our offensive line tears out both his pecs.
Oh, damn.
I mean, not his pecs, his bicep.
He ripped his chest.
Yo, listen. It's worse than that. He ripped out his biceps.
I'm done.
I'm like, why was you going so hard? Like, I'm done with them. But I love them to death. I just got to sit it. I am a hostage.
Yeah. You remind me of the Mets for the prior years before, where it's just like, you kind of know, and it's just like, yeah, this ain't going to be.
You know when dudes be like, yo, you ready for football season? I said, for what? Like, for what?
Well, you're not putting out a good product, and it's just like,
I'm
I do want to see what Justin Fields is going to do. I want to see what Justin Fields.
For who? He ain't on my team?
No, he on the quarterback. Your quarterback.
We got Justin Fields?
Yeah, you haven't been paying attention. Y'all got Justin Fields.
Exactly.
No, I'm just saying, I just want to see what he
When I said don't get Aaron Rodgers and they did, it did exactly what I knew it would do. I said, I'm so sick and tired of y'all dudes chasing names.
I feel you.
Just go build a team like everybody else. Why can't you do it? And they can start building a team.
Yeah,
and then right before they put the final piece, they go get something stupid.
Yeah, what it is y'all got they remind me of the Will Paul. Like, Woody Johnson gets in the way. He gets in the way too much. But we'll talk about that. We got any more super chat? I'm sorry.
We got Hargeet Chani, $5 super chat. The King and Those Dudes podcast without King.
BBD. He's about to drop Poison. Me and Saul about to go solo, about to do the album.
Joking. Happy Sunday to the Lords on this Sunday. Happy Sunday to you, my brother. Blessings. There you have AKW £5 super chat. I don't want just these two. I'd rather have a dance from Danny in Greece. Yeah, so they don't understand what version of Greece you watch.
Yeah, Grease.
Yeah, it wasn't Greece. It was Grease.
Oiled up.
You were in Spain. You were in Spain, so it was grata. Then we have Nathan Borman with the £2 super chat. Just 100% of Shinobi. Shout out to you. There's some skills there, sir.
Oh, bro. Salute. I got to get the riffs. The riffs are done. There's a couple more joints. I got to get the secrets, the fragments.
Exactly. I'm surprised that he did it ahead of you.
Yeah, bro. It's
some of those platforming challenges, bro, you need to stop and take a breather. Sometimes, all right.
Yo, they are some joy, bro. They try to break your spirit with some of these, man. Good.
So yeah, just 100% of Shinobi, 10 out of 10. This is effing great. Yes, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
And we have Hollywood Rules member for 43 months, Lord Silver. Happy Sunday to my NYC cousins. Y'all know this is Xmas to football fans, so I'll be listening in the background. Number one pod. Sucks the Shinobi isn't play anywhere. Yeah. You got to pick. You got to
buy it in multiple spots. That's
brutal.
Yeah. Then we have the Iron Rook, $5 super chat. Cog won't need to get out of his seat the entire flight. He just gets comfortable and locks in for 13 hours.
That's nasty work.
He won't need to move.
That's nasty work.
Yo,
whoever's sitting next to Cog got a problem.
He just make faces.
So just so y'all know, we're mostly not sitting next to each other because again, I wanted to make sure that Addict and King had seats leg room, so that cost more, and I had to make the executive decision. Okay, we'll pay more for their tickets, and Cog and I will have more regular tickets. Yeah, so exactly. So yeah, so none of us will have to smell that, thankfully.
Y'all want to sit next to me about the pens?
yeah. No good.
Stop talking about that. You're not willing to depends.
The crazy thing is that we say this like at no point in time would he consider changing.
Like he gonna do that from flight to flight. Like you're changing a diaper. This is not good. I don't like none of this.
You don't like none of this? Me and my man Prime.
You see Cock on the changing table.
Yo, changing himself on the changing table.
Yo, you wildin' for that.
Nah.
It's at the changing table.
Nah.
You wildin'.
He has underwear, y'all. Yo. Okay, I don't want y'all believing this thing to be real.
Talk about a grown man on a that is not for a grown man. So don't be putting me in that situation.
Baby lotion,
big muscle bound man on with his legs
with a binky.
That's nasty work. That's nasty work. I don't ever want to see that visual again. Solve to mess me up for the show. Man. That was wild. That little table for a grown man. Yo!
Astro Parrot, you know what to do, man.
Oh, man. That's wild. That's nasty. Don't do that, Astro Parrot.
Wow. Let me see. Hollywood Rules, $5 super chat. Gotta apologize to my boy Lord Cog. Sorry, I missed the invite. Good luck to your 49ers. Hope General had a great vacation. Have a great show, brothers. Thank you.
Niners, baby. We need this, man. They picking against us right now. We gotta show them.
Then we have the Iron Rook, $5 super chat. I got bullied by a very small fish in the ocean in Italy. Wouldn't let me go in more than a few feet. Kept biting the deadlift scars on my shins.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
I'm a boulder.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. PR don't got that though, right?
Yeah, like PR, like I mean, the very frequented beaches, you won't see as much of that. Like when over like there's a beach called Crash Boat that a lot of surfers go to. That one is kind of more. This is a surfer beach. You're not really swimming like that, so you will see more of the animal life, the wildlife coming to the shore. But like regularly like frequented beaches, you're not really gonna see a whole lot of that like that. You'll see the crabs and stuff like that, but nothing crazy.
Shout out to Golden on PR. Bang bang 9 again. Salute. Dip down Cowboy. Oh man, y'all should have won that, man. What's up with your man CD Lamb dropping the passes, man? Anyway, continue.
Then we got Daddy Passion official $2 super chat. Should Team Cherry make Ori 3? Wow. I mean, there is a team that makes Ori.
There's a team that makes Ori now. Like, are we doing that? Because the Ori bros ain't feeling it. I feel like the Ori feel like they never get the respect they deserve, and they can hang with them dudes. They better than them dudes.
I mean, facts, they can. But it is true. It's weird. Like in the conversation around Metroidvanias, for whatever reason, people forget about Ori. Like, and Ori, like, you know, the first one and Will of the Wisp were like ridiculous games. Yeah. And we got Halo Reach Around, $5 super chat. Attic gonna be late.
He's back?
Yeah, he back.
Attic gonna be late. I was filling up his Hollow Knight with my Master Sword last night. Wow.
That's wow. That's crazy, man.
That's Fight Night Friday energy.
Then we have Darn Thread with the 50 Swedish krona, aka sex.
Yeah, favorite currency.
I like that.
Love that currency.
Watching Attic play Silksong, hearing him whining about it not having abilities unlocked at the start was hilarious. It's a Metroidvania, my God.
That's so Attic. Like he would complain about that.
He would complain about the main tenet of what this game is about.
Oh, look at Down Taco going hard for Ori. Everybody, all right. The Ori gang is in the building. They not feeling.
I don't know why y'all doing that. Listen, you don't got the lineage of Shinobi. You was never gonna win that battle. If that game comes out how it's supposed to, and it did, you're an afterthought.
No, but like they talk about the Ori versus Hollow Knight.
Silksong,
right now, the Ori guys is not feeling.
I don't care about that. Y'all, they've been looking for this game for years. Again, ain't nobody checking for y'all like that. Like Y'all gotta really know how to pick your battles, bro. I'm just saying, y'all got the 2 games. Go sit down, relax. Go play this new one because the new one's
It
out for
is
$20.
weird to you just jump into the line of fire for no reason.
I like doing it.
No, not you. I'm just saying the whataboutism of like, everybody's talking about Silksong and how it's affecting games that are out now. Everybody's like, what about Ori?
I mean, but we gotta be real. The Ori never got the because of the platform it was on. It never got.
That's that, and we know how that happens. If it lands over here, they snub us until they get it. and when they get it, it's the best thing since sliced bread. So I cannot wait for them to get
see the vision.
Yo, when they get Starfield, they're gonna be like, yo, this is the game of the generation. I can't wait for them to get Starfield, son.
Oh,
that man. Gonna be dope.
Continue.
Let me see. Hold on. That was it. We caught up.
No doubt. All right. So before we get into the joys, we gotta talk about shout out to Atari and ILP Games, little small Brazilian team adventure of Samsara, man. And shout out to Sam. This is something we got a chance to check out. New York City, Atari, and all that. And look, it was classic Atari feel. Metroidvania. Now I'm obviously defer to you two because you're more I was a Coleco kid, right? I didn't have any money. Dad, when he had visitation, right? He's like, you go get a console. Like I don't care what your mom talking about with this no game nonsense. Like,
that's right.
You get that. So I came later on that where I was jealous of you guys because you guys had the Ataris and stuff like that. So I'll start with you, Sav. As far as your connection to the original game or knowledge of it, and then obviously what we play now, Adventure of Samsara, that is out.
Yeah. So, I mean, first of all, big shout out to our friends over at Atari, Jason Barzelli, and the team over at ILP. Is it ELIX or ILP?
I don't know. I'm butchering.
Yeah.
Probably. Sorry.
So Adventure of Samsara had like a really like cool and strange sort of timeline. This game was originally called Tower of Samsara. And it was a failed Kickstarter in 2016. So all the way back in 2016, nearly 10 years ago.
That's crazy.
Wow.
And basically, once the game did not sort of reach its Kickstarter goals, the devs of the team still were like, the game were like, hey, we still want to make this game. I think we have something here. And, in some way, shape, or form, they came into contact with Atari. And Atari looked at the game. And again, the game wasn't completed at that time, but they saw a lot of DNA in the game that kind of could be related to Adventure, the classic, Warren Robinette game from 1980 that, I played, King played, Adventure to me was really the first action adventure / RPG game that I played. I mean, before then it was really just text adventures, and this was the first game to try to take what you got in the text adventure and put it into a game. And you were literally a square that were tasked with bringing a treasure, a chalice, to the golden to the golden castle. Okay. And you had to there were dragons, 3 dragons that you had to slay, and a bat that would steal anytime you had the treasure, the bat would come out and steal the treasure and put it in different places, and you had to go get it. Again, my first experience was something that was resembling a true action adventure / RPG. So adventure is the basis in a lot of ways for all modern games, like all modern games, really. Because most modern games have some sort of RPG element or action adventure element. So it's all very, adventure is that game. So as they continued to develop the game, they said, okay, let's put more elements that make it feel like this true spiritual successor to Adventure. And what they've done here with this game is exactly that. You look at the game and it has this beautiful pixel art style to it that is very evocative of like I don't know, guys, if you remember this game, Sword and Sorcery, like it's called Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery. The art style is very similar. It also reminded me of Below, if you guys remember that game.
Yes, from Xbox. I remember Below.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then in terms of the way the character moves and whatnot, it reminds me a lot of Prince of Persia, where the movement is very deliberate. It's not Prince of Persia / Tomb Raider, where it was like 1 box, 2 box, whatever, but it is very kind of more, I won't say plotting, but very deliberate. The movement is deliberate.
Word.
Yeah, it's a little plotting and a little like deliberate. And so basically in this game, again, spiritual successor. So this game feels a lot. It is this mix between sci-fi and classic fantasy, where you do have the fantasy elements. Your character is the reincarnated solar champion, and he's tasked with sort of fixing these rifts between like timelines, basically between worlds, between timelines, and so you have something that when you look at it, there are aspects of it that looks like very futuristic with like elevators and stuff like that. And then on the other hand, you're dressed like somebody out of a fantasy game.
Yeah, like some medieval drug.
Exactly. So you have both of these elements that come together like in very, very cool ways. If you guys go to our original coverage, where shout out to Hip Hop, and that he was in on that coverage with us. It was funny because he was lamenting the fact that he couldn't cheat.
He was like, if I was playing this, I'd have been putting cheats on where I got limited health.
Yeah, he needs plitch.
He needs plitch for everything.
He was shouting that out. Yes.
Yo, that is his. He defaults. He's like plitch enabled. Plitch enabled. So, but yeah, look at that coverage, because that was our first reaction to the game. And the first thing that really, besides how the game looked, in playing it, I was like, okay, it looks like a very simple game. And then you go into the menus, and all of a sudden you have like upgrades to your armor, upgrade, different things you could put on, gauntlets and stuff to sort of improve your stats. You have a number of different weapons that you can utilize. In terms of combat, the combat again is very much I hate using this, but it does. It's more deliberate, so it feels soulsy, but not that it is not difficult in that way.
Okay.
But it is deliberate in that, like, you have to be very respectful of timing and things like that, where it's not. So part of the story around this game is that in the time that it was being completed after the failed Kickstarter, we got Hollow Knight. and then so at some point there were discussions around it being like, hey, why don't you make it more like this? And it's like, it's not the game we're making, right? We're trying to make this game in this way. We want it to feel this way.
The name of this game is Adventure of
Samsara. It's Adventure of Samsara.
Yes.
So when you look at the combat, it is very much that. You have a parry, which me and parries. I love my parries.
He loved that parry. Once he found that out, King, in the demo,
I beat the first boss with the parry. I just stood in front of him parrying.
You got to get the timing down well, though.
The time, because it is, like I said, it is more deliberate. So you have to look for the clues in the animation. And again, beautiful 2D pixel art animation. It just, when you do that type of art correctly, it doesn't matter how simple it is. It's still, there's so much little nuance and detail to how it moves and how it plays. And I'll tell you this right now, in the build that we played, which was basically the final build, I found that the Solar Champion moved a little heavier. In the final build that we played, I don't know if you guys noticed,
he's lighter.
a little lighter. He's lighter. He is lighter, and he jumps lighter, and it's like he doesn't, when he falls, it doesn't feel as heavy. So I was like, okay, they made some tweaks here to make it feel a little bit more kinetic, but it's still very much a different game than like a Shinobi or a Ragebound or something like that. So that stuff, the combat stuff is great. You get a bunch of different weapons that react differently depending on, like, you have your great sword, you have your staff that reacts differently. Even like when you're looking at even like the simplest sort of enemy, they all have patterns that you have to really like pay attention to, or else they're gonna get you. And in classic old school platformer sort of style, if you catch a couple of different enemies in an area together and they're all following their distinct patterns, be wary, because they will kill you quickly.
They don't play.
They don't play in that sense. And there's aspects of the game again that harken back to old school games where it's like it's difficult, like maybe even frustratingly difficult. Because like, come on, man, like let me get through this thing. But you don't have those tools at your disposal because again, it is a simpler game. In terms of the story, I like the whole idea of so the word samsara means resurrection. It has to do with the cycle of life and death in Hinduism and Buddhism. So it is this story of this reincarnated champion set forth to sort of set things right in the universe. So, and as the game progresses, as Metroidvanias do, Addict, if you're listening,
Addict, if you're listening,
more of the game reveals itself.
you gotta explain it like he's 5.
No, it is that thing. Like, I get it. Like, if somebody's never played Hollow Knight or never played Silksong, and even going back to
I can hear him raging.
Yeah.
Now. I can hear him. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. He's raging right now.
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. But like, again, like a Symphony of the Night. You go into Symphony of the Night, you know it's Castlevania. So you're invested. Like, it's Castlevania, I'm invested. I know it's gonna get good and I'm gonna get more stuff. If you go into a game that you know nothing about, it's a you know, an independent IP, whatever. If you don't get that wow right at the beginning, you're like, what is this? And how long is it gonna take to quote unquote get good? It is that thing where the game reveals its secrets as you play. And for me, the investment came from the fact that the world looks so beautiful. This mixture of fantasy and sci-fi, the art style, all of that. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm what, like 5, 6 hours in, and from scene to scene, moment to moment, biome to biome. I'm constantly like so happily surprised by the way these scenes look and the way they play out. And again, and the little touch points that really do harken back to adventure. And again, harkening back to adventure is a broad thing.
You got to break protocol. Rook just put a hilarious super chat right now. You got to hit that.
Iron Rook $5 super chat. This discussion is going to single-handedly restore addicts. Yo, all of a sudden, Addict will be able to come back.
He's going to be able to go because he's going to want to rebut anything you saying right now. You know that. He's going to get all his power back. He's not.
So, yeah, man, I am really, really enjoying this game. You know, yes. There is another game out there that is taking all the oxygen out of the room, and they you know, and we've had this game for a bit already. We've had the game already for a bit already. So they could have made. There's another game that, you know, there was some controversy around. I think it was Demon School or something like that. That they made the decision to push the game. The game's done, and it's been in the press's hands forever. And they're like, now we're pushing it. This didn't happen with Adventure of Samsara. It's out there.
That's right. They said they're going. This is my date.
I mean, and
they put the tweet out. I don't know if you saw.
I didn't see that.
They pretty much they put the tweet out. They were like, hey, by the way, Team Cherry, you know what I'm saying? They were kind of like, you know, we're releasing a Metroidvania as well, same day as you. Let's do a bundle together. So almost like how Detemo, remember when
did it with Ragebound
and Shinobi. That would be dope if they like they shot the shot. They actually added Team Cherry and was like, let's do a bundle. So if they maybe get a little Steam bundle together, you know what I'm saying? That'd be dope.
That'd be
but
nice.
I wonder if Team Cherry looking at it like
Team Cherry, Team Cherry head is in the cloud.
In the cloud could be right now.
I mean, look, I mean, it's right. It sucks, but again, and Team Cherry is not beholden to anyone. I'm sure if we look back the day that the original Hollow Knight launched, everybody was like, oh, another one of these. Nobody knew what that game would be or become, and I'm sure that they had some stiff competition in probably the AA or AAA space when that original game launched. So it's just the nature of things.
And then remember Team Cherry, it was kind of like almost like a shadow drop, which we will discuss. Like they didn't, a lot of people didn't have enough lead time to get out the way. So you may have been locked in.
Hit and just knock people out. Shout out to Baby Steps for dipping.
So you know, it's a sad thing. I only saw like 2 reviews. Not even one was like Steam reviews, and then the other one was like Nintendo Life or something like that. So that is disheartening because again, and beyond just Silksong, they came out at a time when a lot of games were coming out, and even games that came out last week. They're longer, bigger games, so the conversation is not, you know, 1 or 2 days. The conversation continues. So it came out at a tough time, but I would definitely recommend playing this game. If you're a fan of retro styled sort of Metroidvanias, old school graphics, and if you're a fan of old Atari IP, and you're a boomer like me and King, that played this game back in the day, the original Adventure. It's a heartening thing to see something kind of try to harken back so directly to it, but again, doing its own thing, man. Shout out to them.
King, any balls on Adventure Samsara before I go? Yeah.
Definitely. All right. So I had covered that game like a week before we actually got the NDA on it.
Yeah, you was ahead of this one.
Right.
I forget.
Because I follow Atari heavy and I try I like the nostalgic aspect of
Hell
what
yeah.
they're trying to do
Hell yeah.
and trying to bring back gaming in its purest form. Right? So any of you guys that's out there that's going to think they're going to run up into Adventures of Samsara and it's going to be a modern game, it's a modern game adjacent. Right? It's a modern game only because it's been released in 2025.
Right.
Other than that, it has all the old school sensibilities of a game of that nature. Right? So what I mean by saying is the movement of the characters, the way that the world interacts, I got shout out to Silent Cypher for gifting me I think it was the 20-year anniversary of Outer Worlds. So it reminds me of Out of Worlds, right? With how the art looks in certain aspects, not all, in certain aspects. And I'm not talking about the animation. I'm just talking about in certain aspects of the game. Is a very distinct artwork that the game uses. Now, knowing that this game is going to be used that way, it's hearkening back to old school styles with a new update to it. Like a lot of Atari games didn't have cutscenes.
Right.
This has cutscenes in it, and it gives you more added flavor to what the story is. Now, like you can walk around with the analog, or you can move with the D-pad, pushing up to go into a level into the
thing. Yeah.
Right.
Press up.
It's like it's different things that I like that it brings to the forefront that it couldn't do back then. So it's not trying to get too big, but it's trying to also keep old school gaming alive. So it's good seeing Atari back. I'm probably like an hour and some change into the game because, again, I was playing a whole bunch of other stuff and my Black Myth got my soul. But, again, I was looking forward to this game before all of that other stuff. And the fact that they actually did keep their date, didn't run from any smoke, and said, hey, man, why don't we partner up? Like, you're going to be a juggernaut out here. You out here blowing up people's storefronts. Why don't you take me with you so we can get some sales off of that? And listen, if you are a Metrovania type of dude and you are a person that like old school games, like brought back, Atari has these games that are coming out for you, and Adventures of Samsara is definitely one of the games that you should take a look at. Look at some of the trailers on it. The game.
Look at our coverage on Lords of Gaming. We got some coverage up there.
lordsofgaming.net. Go check that out.
And Lords of Gaming YouTube is pinned in the chat. If you guys want to check it out.
I apologize.
No, you good. You good.
Kyle got a channel.
You good.
But what I like about the game, it's exactly what it's supposed to be, and Atari did it the best with going back to old school and not just bringing back the same thing. They just did it a little bit of more flavor because, like before, Adventure was a little box, and this game is definitely not a little box. So, shout out to them for doing it. I wish I was at that event. I didn't get a chance to go to that event, because when Saab says that he wants to go to,
we like, Saab's available. So I'll get that. So King with a win. King with a win. But yeah, I'll keep it brief because you guys said a lot of the points I was going to say. Look, I have no connection to the original. So my perspective is different, but it's a very retro art style. But like you said, Kid, with modern sensibilities, I like what Saab said about the fusion of kind of like medieval, but with this futuristic thing. And it's one of them, I call them cog artsy fartsy game, those esoteric environmental music. You don't know what's going on. The game is not hand holding you too much.
No,
you know
it
what I'm
just
saying?
throw you out there.
Yeah, and then with me, it gives me another world vibes because I like whenever you do anything with significance in the game, this little art drawing, cinematic, letting you know, hey, you just grabbed that stone and this became this. And I love that. The characters that you do interact with in the game, they almost talk to you in harmonies. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of funny, like harmonic joint. I like the way to the game, the jumping.
Give me 1 second, I gotta let the dog sing.
Do what you go. I love the way the game when they jump. They got a very unique, like hanging from a bar mechanic, which you gotta you jump up, you grab a bar, and then you kind of climb up, and then also when you descend, you can kind of like hang off it. Like
Yeah.
it's a flow to it. And I was actually getting into it. So, and it's deeper than what you think. It's like there's a menu system. You got your items. You got, you got spells, and you got this gauntlet thing where the game started to open up. Where I thought it was just simple. Okay, sword, shield, platforming. Okay. Where it opened up with me was yes to parry, but to be honest with you, I'm a dash guy, so I like using that dash to go between the enemies, get to the other side.
Behind them,
Because some of them enemies you a beast with parrying. Some of them enemies, them dudes with the long spears that be bad quick. Like I was like, come on, fam, I can't time
They
this.
do like a little jump, a hiccup.
Yeah, a little fake out. I was like, fair. But what I like is you got a little bit of the soulsy, and then you got the boss encounters. And I was like, oh, this is what's up. So yeah, like I like that. Obviously, you got your typical kind of Souls thing where you find the golden anvils in the world. You could save there. You hit rest. Things spawn back if you do that. That kind of thing. But where the game really shined to me, where I knew it was going to be way more. I was like, damn, I kind of like this. Like, I was coming like, okay, this probably not for me, but we'll see. Where it opened up for me is when you start getting the ability, when you get the little ghost thing, and then you start burning things around, and you moving it, and it controls you neat because you using the right analog to use that while you moving the left analog to move. And then I started getting this little burst power to push back people. And I was like, yo, this game. I slept. I ain't go for. I came in like. This is a King and Sov game. They got the connection. And then my joint turned from, all right, well, let me get a couple more hours in. Let's see what I'm going to get next. And it kept going. So, yeah, Samsara, man. Like, check this game out, y'all. Like I said, we know the zeitgeist right now is what it is with Hollow Knight. But this game is worth checking out. I was pleasantly surprised. So shout out to them. Go check it out. I put the link to the channel on the top. And if you guys want to get an idea of what we're talking about. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got on that. Let's get these super chats. Then we get into these.
What up, Bone?
What up, Bone?
We got the Iron Rook with a bone. Oh, Bone in the chat.
Yeah.
The Iron Rook, $2 super chat. Interview those guys next. Keep it rolling.
Yeah, we possibly could. We got a good relationship.
We definitely could get that done. Yeah, we could definitely done. So shout out to Atari and those guys and Jason.
Shout out to Jason. Shout out again, ILP, I believe, Brazilian team.
Yeah.
Yo, go check them out. Adventures Samsara. Now, only like $20, y'all. It's like nothing.
Yep.
That's it. We are caught up.
Right.
And if you think about it, if you have Game Pass, you can don't buy Silksong and take that $20 and go buy
Be careful though. Pete ain't gonna like that. I'm just joking. We'll talk about I'm messing with you. I'll start trouble.
I did call for Pete to be gone. So
all right, we gonna get into that. We gonna get into all that later. But so main event time, man. Main event time. This is you. Hollow Knight Silksong out now. Massive zeitgeist. Shadow drop in a way, kind of to the backers first. There's currently no Metacritic right now because I guess it was shadow drop to the reviewers.
Everybody,
which is also stemmed its own little bit of controversy as far as I don't know if you saw certain publications were kind of like it was a disservice to the industry.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that. So we got that, but breaking every storefront known to man, $20, and also as King stated in Game Pass. So Hollow Knight Silksong. This was
Game Pass Ultimate. Don't
get it twisted. Don't come in here with the value plan.
That core and that standard.
That's not. You are not enough. You are not enough.
You are not welcome. You are not a black card carrying member of the Xbox
it's
Game
not,
Pass
it's not
Coalition.
tapped to proceed and pay for that.
Yeah, you got to be verified.
Okay.
All right.
So there's an ultimate situation.
Yeah, it's not for y'all. It's not for y'all. It's a different rope. We got a different rope.
Different rope for you.
Yeah. You on that side of
you
the
get you get a different wristband.
Yeah. See you in 6 months. God bless.
You're ridiculous. Anyway, so this is your topic. Let's talk about it, man. So how we feeling?
Yeah, man. Silksong, this game that was on the cusp of being called vaporware. Where is it? Right. Everybody assuming that it's in development hell. What's going on? And no, Team Cherry just taking their sweet time because their pockets are fat with money, and they could take their sweet time to make the game that they wanted to make. And here, 8 years later, pretty much from the release of the original Hollow Knight, 8 years and 15 million sales of Hollow Knight. Later, we have the sequel. Hollow Knight Silksong. And it's hard for a game with this much hype and expectation behind it to at this point still be living up to it. I don't know that I've heard a lot of negatives apart from the conversations around what about Ori.
The one person that says something negative about it. God forbid.
Yeah. Oh no. Again, it's one of those things. I love the fact that the conversation is organic and it's happening with everybody and nobody's ahead of anybody. Everybody's in on the conversation. I love that. This is a game that could have shadow dropped, not even given the 2 weeks notice, and it would have been even crazier. The fact that it bricked every single storefront that it came out on, it's this year's GTA 6.
GTA level, like that's
like craziness. Yeah. But again, GTA 6, you knew when it was going to be up on. You're going to know when it's up on the store. You're going to be able to pre-download it. You're going to be able to do all that stuff. So that doesn't necessarily happen.
And you're going to have the Metacritic, and you're going to have all this ahead of time.
You're going to have it ready to rock. And here they said, nah, everybody just gets it at the same time. So. Yeah, Silksong is the story of Hornet. Hornet is the princess of the original setting of the first game, the Hollow Nest. She's the former princess of Hollow Nest, and she was a pretty prominent. I would say antagonistic character to Hollow Knight in the first game. Like there are at least 2 battles with Hornet that Hollow Knight had. But she was always she was never an enemy in the sense that her intentions were always noble. Right.
She's an anti-hero.
Yeah, exactly. So basically what they had wanted to do initially was for Hornet's story to be DLC for Hollow Knight. And as we've seen in the past with other games, DLC just turns into a second game. And they said, okay, well, the sequel will be Hornet's story. And in this story, we start out with Hornet being kidnapped by these kind of like these mysterious sort of cultist characters.
They got her locked, son.
They got her locked up. I'm like, oh, whoa, what's going on? Because she's gangster. So I'm like, oh, they got her. Like, what's going on here? And they are en route to take her to this sacred sort of peak of a mountain in this place called Farloom, where something happens. She's able to escape. They're attacked, and she's able to escape. And she's in now the land of Farloom, trying to make her way to where they were going to take her to find out why the hell did you kidnap me? Why did you want to bring me here? And again, that is kind of the story,
of course.
So that's basically kind of the crux of what the story is. And what I've been able to play so far, I've played a couple of hours. It's great. It's a the art style is always the most striking thing to me. The art style, the music, the sort of ambiance that the music creates. It's funny, I was playing it last night and my wife comes out and she's like, because she hears the characters like doing their mumbo jumbo, like, and she's like, what the hell is that? I'm like, well, this is their language. She's like, but who understands it? I'm like, well, they're translating it in English so I can understand what they're trying to say. You know what I mean?
Who is this for?
She thought he spoke Floanese.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, this is part of the sort of the artistry of the game. That it's like they created their own language for this game. They translated for you to understand what's going on. But this is the world that they've created. And she's like, and that's art? I'm like, get out of here.
Oh, you threw wifey out the room.
What you should have did is like what I did with my mom's. My mom's thought I spoke Japanese and I could read Japanese when I finished Final Fantasy 3. Yeah, you should have just went with it. Yeah, I speak Floanese.
So I can see how disgusted you were. But she's like, why is this? This is nonsensical. Like she had the nonsensical energy.
Because she's listening to something. She was in the kitchen doing something and she was listening to something on her phone. And then it interrupted what she was listening to, and all she hears is like, so she's like tight, really.
She's tight. Like, what is this?
She comes to see it. She's like, this is art. I'm like, get out of here, man. Just go. Just go.
Yo, ain't that worse than when a family member or someone significant other try to disrespect when you in your game and then something that's passionate is hot and you like, man, if you don't get out the room, for
real, I was like, just go. She's like, okay, if you say so. I'm like, yeah, I say so. Go.
Continue.
So, I've only a couple of hours in.
Yeah.
haven't really unlocked much of anything. So I'm just kind of just getting a feel for the world. Hornet controls a little bit differently than Hollow Knight in that she's a taller character, so her animations are a little bit different. Like it's just you know, having gone back to Hollow Knight and played some of that, you know, in the past couple of weeks, there is a little more bounciness to him where she feels slightly heavier and slightly floatier in some ways. But yeah, man, I don't have that much to say other than that. It feels like, you know, story wise, it is that thing where, again, like, and I don't mean as you know, people pointing, you know, making for the addict or whatever, this, that, the other. But that's kind of the crux of a Metroidvania, and some people can take it or leave it. I definitely know that. A lot of the criticism that we had around how we felt about Shinobi was like, people don't want Shinobi to be a Metroidvania, but it is the type of one person,
one
individual in our chat, in our comment section. But
go play the old ones.
Yeah. So this game, again, it's the story around why they were trying to bring her there. Like, I have my own sort of thoughts about what it could be. Like, she might be some truly special being. And again, the fun part of Silksong is, and Hollow Knight in general is, and I think what kind of might have turned some people off from the original Hollow Knight is that the whole point to the game is to get lost and figure it out. As opposed to other Metroid, like you will find maps, you will find ways to sort of mark down maps and show where you are. But at the end of the day, it kind of is about you just getting exploring and getting lost in these caverns. And because again, the characters that you encounter in there are all sort of it speaks to how the game is written as well too. It's a very sort of emotional and sort of almost sort of religious experience in terms of not for necessarily playing it, but the characters in the game and why in this particular game, all of them are on this pilgrimage to try to reach that peak. Most of them knowing they'll never get there. They'll never get there. And you meet these people along the way, and you see their different plights. And you know, it's when you a game like this that doesn't have, it's not in English, you don't hear the characters speaking, they're just kind of talking in bleeps and bloops and whatever. For then their story to be like, hey, I see the carcasses of my kin on the road to this thing that I'm supposed to do as well. I'm gonna sit here and ponder life a little bit before I take that step, knowing full well that I'm probably not gonna make it. It's deep in that way, and then you couple that with the music, which can be very minimalistic at times, and just the sound effects that it kind of feels like you're in this deep and dark and dank place, and you couple that with the art and again and all of that, and then you take it and then you're like, oh, and it's a great playing and feeling game. You know, it's a recipe for success. So I have no doubt that as I continue to play this game, I'm going to continue to be wild, because that's the way I felt when I played the original Hollow Knight. These guys seemed like they were very, very, very confident in this game. So I'm just excited to keep playing more. You know, shout out to Team Cherry.
Shout out to Cherry.
These guys really, again, they had great success with that first game, and they were now able to parlay it into basically whatever they want to do moving forward. They could take their sweet time doing whatever they want to do, and the thing is that their commitment to quality is utmost, because it's still when you talk about a real small team, it's like 3 of them in addition to whatever contract work they for certain
all
things
that money for them.
It's a lot of bread.
And no publisher, right? This is all
this is them.
Nobody, they had to break nobody.
Straight cheese.
And I'm sure people went to them with the bag. I mean, obviously
they got a Game Pass bag, right?
Got a Game Pass bag.
Microsoft had them in pockets. Big Microsoft come through the room. They had them in pockets.
Yeah. So again, I'm excited to keep playing this game. Shout out to them for the zeitgeist moment. And the only thing that makes me sad is that it might outshine my beloved Shinobi.
Yeah, bro. Like, remember when we interviewed Ben for K at that very end, he's like, damn it just came out. We just got He literally curses
damn
at
break.
the end. If you listen to the end of the interview, he keeps it so. I said, Ben, you don't want me to cut that out.
Nah, he said, nah, leave that in.
If you don't leave that in there, he said it's all fun. Respect to Team Cherry and all of them. But that, like, it's that energy. Like the indie scene is like acted like this is GTA.
Yes.
And it is literally moving mountains. And unfortunately for a lot of people, it's just like, God damn, because like no one knew. It's one thing like to be able to prepare for it.
One dude knew.
Yeah.
What's the one dude?
One dude. Xbox knew about that.
And shout out to what is it, Demon School? They were like, nope, we out.
Yeah. Salute. If you had enough time to get out of the New Paul ball,
them baby steps. Said, we good. You want some smoke, old man? Said,
nope. And I'm not mad at that.
Old man?
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, so I mean, for Silksong to be like the Thanos snap of games is crazy, but I love it. I love the fact that a game that comes from like these sort of humble beginnings can have this impact because and Maddie said something to this point. He was like, it shows that at least some of the industry realizes that in some ways it has to get smaller.
Yeah.
It has to get smaller. Yeah. And you can have that same level of success with something that's smaller. So hopefully the big publishers.
Now dudes want small. Y'all are hypocrites, bro.
Oh, here we go.
I'm just saying
Not you. When I say y'all are hypocrites, I don't ever be going at my panel. Never one time do I go at y'all unless y'all go at me. Don't come for me unless it's not.
All right. We get that.
But the fact of the matter is this. Dudes are hypocrites. They love that big budget games. They love those cinematic graphics. They love all of that. They love that $500 million games until it fails. Right? So I don't want to hear none of that stuff. Y'all gonna have to stand on your square. Whatever that square was, listen, I'm a graphics whore. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I'm gonna stand on that square. Right? But when it's me, I'ma tear this up.
Man, it looks like it's you. Let's stop as a boss.
Yeah, no, I'm good, man. I'm just happy for them.
Yeah, shout out to Team Cherry. King, Hollow Knight, Silksong out in the streets, breaking internet, in Game Pass, doing what it do. How we feeling? And get a chance. I know you're coming back from vacation. I don't know if you got any chance to just jump in there, get your touch on real quick, get your Silksong on.
My battery died, so I gotta put a new battery.
All right, so
definitely
for what's up?
All right, so y'all know how I rep the Xbox.
Yes,
right? And anytime we can get like Expedition 33, Metaphor, I'm talking about Game of the Year inside Game Pass day one. I'm talking about the best service in the world, bar none. I'm talking about that dude that you like, that you ran is breaking the internet, is over here for us for the same cost that it costs to buy him. So if you happen to buy Game Pass Ultimate this month, right? Just say you wanted to buy it this month for the $20. Hundreds of games come with Little Man. Like, that's crazy. No other place can you get Hollow Knight with all, Silksong with all those other games with it. You buy, if you're in Steam, you buy it on Steam. If you're in GOG, you buy it on GOG. If you're in PlayStation, wherever you go, other than the Xbox ecosystem with Ultimate Game Pass, you don't get anything extra. So, over here we have privileges, and I believe Game Pass is the ultimate. With that being said, the King had not played it. All right, so I'm gonna let y'all know I'm afforded the luxury of partaking when I choose. So when the internet was crashing for y'all, it was not crashing for me, right? I will choose to play it when it's available, ready to go. So shout out to them giving you 2 weeks notice for the bomb.
Yeah.
And see, I thought it was going to be in October when the Xbox ROG Ally X comes out. I thought they was going to try to line it up with that. Listen, they said, we don't care about giving y'all review copies.
Yeah, that's a very interesting discussion.
We don't care about anything normal. We don't care about pricing structure being normal. We said $20. It's 3 of us, and we gonna split this dough. They said, yo, do you need a publishing dude? Nah, I do my own contract. I don't need no lawyers. I can read. Shout out to them for getting every ounce of their money. Shout out to them for getting that Game Pass cash. right? Because they looked at Sony. Sony was like, well, we can only offer you Nintendo said, we definitely Steam was like, we can do a humble bundle. Microsoft said, whatever you want. We just want you to be welcome. Is there anything that's going to stop us from selling and getting the money anyplace else? Xbox said, didn't you know we're third party?
Didn't you know?
Did you not know
Did
that
you
we
not
do
know?
this third party thing? You over there, we over there too. you selling over there, we selling over there too. We competing with you. So listen, we got a deal for you. They got the bag early. They secured their bread early off the rip with Microsoft, right? And then whatever stuff they still broke. Listen, it's free in Game Pass. They still broke the store.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. I'm not gonna hold you. That is impressive.
So now you got these people running around here talking about, oh, we should all go smaller because what? Because this game is a success by all metrics of everything. And I think it's like bulletproof.
Okay.
I think people are afraid, even if they don't like something about it, to say something negative to it, because it is right now unstoppable. I didn't know this little indie game had this much gravitas. Yeah,
this is.
Yeah, like when they were saying it, they was like, "Yo, Silksong coming out." I said, "So." Like, okay, I played the Hollow Knight. I'm not really on it like that. It's a good game. I'm not saying it is not.
Right.
But to have Game Pass have this level of AAA titles, even from indies, inside the service only bolsters the service to a greater height. And the fact that it's $20, that's bigger than anything. They could have easily charged 40. They could have easily charged 60. A lot of you dudes that are standing in line right now, y'all would have paid $50 for this cash, easy, without saying anything. I think they understand what they had. They didn't gouge the public. They kept it respectful. And the fact that they're getting all their bread, I just say, I salute you, soldier, because now you got everybody waiting for them.
I want to ask both of y'all this one. I think I'll start with you, King, because one of the controversies that's come up is like, well, I'm not going to name names, but it has been said that, hey, this is not fair what they did in terms of like almost shadow dropping, like only giving the industry a week. Some people are saying it's not fair to the industry and up to journalists, number one, because they didn't get review copies. And then Hollow Knight,
I'm trying to get free stuff.
Team Cherry said they wanted to give it to their backers first,
That's
people
right.
with the Kickstarter. And then number two, but what about, obviously we just talked about a game like Adventures Samsara. We talked about, Shinobi, other games are in that circumference, right? So the fact that no one knew it was coming, like, we have to be honest, some people would have moved a date if they knew it was going to be this week. Like, do you
shouldn't have came out this year.
Do you empathize with no. It was bad for the industry?
Not one soul. Not one soul. I'm not gonna listen. If you got a good game, stand on your good game and get out there. Right? Mix it up. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. Right? You're not gonna win it all. But you running from fades, I don't respect that. I told y'all all the time, if the game is going to come out, it's going to be a demographic that is going to play your game, that likes your game. Whenever this thing dropped, they could have dropped on Ghost of Yode Day. Ghost of Yode would have moved. I honestly think that, well, no, Sony's stubborn. Sony's stubborn. They done put their name in the stone. Anyway, I honestly believe that this game, no matter where it dropped, it was going to do what it does. But the fact that they're not following your rules. Right? Maybe they don't like Metacritic. Maybe they don't like, and they said it was a good reason for their backers, the people that supported them from the beginning.
I respect that.
They don't want anybody else playing that game before them. And you got to respect that aspect of it, because that's knowing that you're going to get backlash, but standing up for the people that supported you. Right. That guarantees whatever game that you get next, whatever backers you need, those dudes that you respected to that degree is going to be there again for you. So all they did was make the industry kind of better, be honest with you. If a lot of these companies didn't fold like a lawn chair at the sight of everything, then maybe we'll be better off. So, maybe if they stood on their toes and actually did what they're supposed to do.
So King, they spoke. So the next year, based on what you're saying and staying a minute, someone's supposed to go head up with GTA.
Somebody gotta.
So they just tank all your work and go up against the complete zeitgeist in gaming and screw it and put your chest out because there's an audience for us.
The wildest thing is when Grand Theft Auto comes out in March, but I think it's gonna move.
May, right? It's May.
May, whatever.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna move. I think it's gonna come out in November.
Okay.
But whenever it does come out, it's not like no games are gonna be dropping that month. Right? Somebody's gonna have to stand on business. So
move a week or two.
If you want to do that, it ain't gonna affect you at all. Moving 1 week this way or that way ain't gonna affect you at all because those people that want Grand Theft Auto is going to buy it, right? Even let's say they save their money up and they get paid on the day that your game come out. Your game wasn't getting purchased anyway, right? So just keep it a beam. You are who you are. Know who you are, right? And if you're not these dudes, then you're not those dudes. But some people come out. Shout out to Adventures of Samsara. Some people come out and stand on their business. Some people move their dates. Shout out to Baby Steps and all them other dudes that ran. Whenever you come out, you was gonna still sell what you gonna sell anyway. It don't matter. Be out there anyway. So I think somebody could have respected you more launching around the same time. But once they found out that you dip, some dudes are like, I was thinking about that game, but now I found out he a sucker. I can't mess with that game.
I can't with this. Why is it gotta be everything hood politics? Everything is running from a fade. Forget business. Let's just put out there and just nuke our sales because we are gangster.
Okay,
when did game development turn into this off?
Okay, so you think that, let's say Baby Steps, right? Just for
you keep going at Baby Steps
because they're the ones that move. Because Silksong actually did a whole little video of them tripping them up, right? And all right, so let's just take Baby Steps for instance, right? You think Baby Steps because it moved was gonna get more copies sold?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Did launching around the same day as Hollow Knight?
So
yes.
You know what? So that's not a quantifiable thing because we can't predict the future. Right?
You don't think the success of a game launching away from a zeitgeist game is not good business?
I don't think not one person that was in the market for Baby Steps that wasn't in the market for Silksong would care.
Okay.
I love it. We're talking about Baby Steps.
No, I'm just talking. Okay, so let's say Demon. What is it?
Demon School.
Yeah.
Demon School. Let's say Demon School. Right? That person that was waiting for Demon School is going to get it anyway. Let's say the Game Pass. You know what? Let's keep it the beam. Let's talk about the Game Pass Ultimate subscriber.
Here's the thing, though. That logic, in my opinion, only works for big titles that you can compete in the market. You can't compete with a Hollow Knight being a Demon School. No one knows what Demon School is.
Nobody knows who's Adventure Samsara is. Right? Yeah, your mic as well. Nobody knows who Adventure Samsara is, but they stood on business. Right now,
no, because they had to.
They got no choice. Dudes got to stand up. Sometimes you can't run. Sometimes you got to take the beat.
Is that better?
Right?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, dope. Yep. What I say is, if somebody's in the market for that particular game, they're going to go get that particular game.
Again, for people who have established audiences, not for brand new IP who no one knows who the hell they are. You wildin'.
They wasn't gonna listen. They weren't.
If there's a room and they siphon all the air out of the room and no one else can breathe in the room because one person's siphoning out of the room.
It's like Drake new album about to drop, but new mumble rapper number 5 is dropping on Drake's day.
I can tell you this, right? So let's say that a person looks and says, I never liked anything that Drake dropped anyway, so I never brought none of his albums, but I do like rapper RF. Okay. So I'm gonna go pick up rapper RF.
But right? How did they find out about rapper RF?
Because they've been following rapper RF for a long period of time. Like if you actually watch Xbox Frontline News, you would have saw that Adventures of Samsara was up weeks before, right? So at the end of the day, gaming taste is gaming taste. All right. Right now, let's say they don't like 2D games.
You're telling these people not to run from Silksong. That's wild.
I'm telling people don't run from anything, right? It's because, listen, let's say some people don't like 3D games, but they like 2D games.
Right.
And the 2D game drops the same day as Grand Theft Auto. Well, that guy's going to go get that 2D game. Right?
No,
Let's say
you
he's
need
a
to run
fighter.
from GTA. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, duck the fade. Duck the fade.
Yeah, ducking
Run.
the fade.
Look,
I
yeah.
ain't getting shot. It ain't happening.
See, the problem
Nah,
is
you gonna sit. You gonna sit there and be on the street knowing it's about to have a drive by. You gonna stay there.
well, only if them
They
bullets
gonna
meant
spin
for
the
you.
block. He stand on business.
Listen, only if those bullets is meant for you. Like, see, if they know you there and they was looking for you, you gonna get that. Right?
Because it's not like they ain't casualties and drive-by.
Yeah, these drive-by guys are not like trained military. They're gonna spray the floor. They're gonna spray the block.
The problem with that is how many times have you been in? Well, not you. Well, I mean, you've been in a situation where
I ain't never been in a drive-by, and I'm proud of that. Okay, I take great pride in that.
Listen, you the one that brought it up. I'm just saying, like, this is your scenario.
This is your scenario.
You mad? You mad that I jumped in your scenario with both feet and standing 10 toes down? So if they spray the block and you happen to be outside and you don't get hit, it wasn't meant for you. All right. So apparently you don't know Ice Cube's "Today Was a Good Day."
Today was a good day. All right.
Today was a good day. Vengeance and Samsara didn't get shot today.
Yeah, but that video didn't end well though.
Yo, it
didn't end well.
The day did not end well.
It didn't end well, but he stood on business.
He has the moral victory from the
That's
hood.
right. Yo, listen. If you're a Game Pass subscriber, Game Pass Ultimate, you had the luxury, and not core. You core and standard dude, stand over there. I'm not talking to you. Stand with the other dude.
We hurting on that. We going in on the standing the core dudes.
You Johnny Basic dude, stand over there.
We doing division now.
Yeah,
we doing divide and conquer with the tears.
Yo, listen, they got tears for a reason. Get out of here. Get out of here.
I thought we was one Game Pass.
Nah, y'all don't do day and date. Y'all don't down there and where the air's thinner.
Oh, man.
we don't mess with y'all down there.
Right, good.
But I gotta say this, right? If you're a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, whatever dropped that day,
Okay.
you was up.
You was up. You was good.
Because you had it already. You understand what being taken care of is?
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have to make a choice.
Are we already on the Game Pass? No,
we almost there, but we got to get your boss.
We're not down. We got to get you.
What topic are we on?
We holding
we
did Adventure Samsara, and then we did Hollow Knight. Now we towards the end of Hollow Knight.
We's holding out for you. But since you want to spin the block and do drive-bys,
No, I was saying that you like to sit in the mix. I'm out. I'm on that way.
Listen,
Look, before finish, King. I'm sorry.
We had this conversation before. If somebody is waiting for something, they're always going to wait for that. You understand? It's not going to be something drop. Whatever money you put aside, let's say you had to put money aside for a game, you're going to wait for that game. And no other game dropping is going to change your mind. Now, you could be like, oh, Grand Theft Auto drop. But if you're a 2K dude and they drop on the same day, Grand Theft Auto is just going to sit in the store and you're going to play 2K, football or basketball or whatever. You're going to do that. I'm just saying you can't run away from something just because. I know you're saying it's smart business sense to duck that fade. But again, some people are not in the market for your game.
I get that part.
Your game is going to sell regardless.
So real quick. No, I mean, this is where you standing on that. I'm with you with different genres.
Right.
I'm with you
Completely
there.
different genre, yeah.
But if you're in the same genre.
Oh, no. This is when I say Atari stood on way different business.
That's what I'm saying. Like if it's sports game versus whatever. But anyway, that's not my turn. I wanted to finish with Saab, and then Attic is here because we get his gameplay thing. So just real quick, so about that part about the stand on business, and then some people feeling what a very small subsection of people feeling what Team Cherry did maybe was not fair to the games industry. Why are you laughing at me?
No, the chat.
Okay.
He literally interrupted Saul and took control of the topic, and I'm the one that interrupted.
Yeah, you know you did. They know that's what we do. Use back. But,
no, he didn't. Nah, he went first here. I don't think he interrupted me, did he? It was so long ago, I might have forgot.
I forgot. I think King did interrupt, but whatever. What I was gonna say. So, do you think that's overblown as far as the journalists not getting the codes, and then also in reference to other indies, was that fair for them to just shadow drop without knowing, that other teams having time to prepare from the indie standpoint?
Business isn't fair, man. Like nobody's beholden to anyone. It's just not. They have, Team Cherry had their own timeline, and right. The thing about it is that no one else knew their timeline. They knew their timeline, and they weren't out there trying to make sure, hey, we don't hurt this game, we don't hurt that game. It's just what business is, and it's on them. They didn't shadow drop it. They gave 2 weeks notice. You know what I mean?
True.
In the past, we've applauded, games for doing stuff like that. I remember when when we found, Fallout 4, it was like, oh, we see it at E3, it's out in October or whatever it was. Like, it's one of those things that it's like, and then you make the decision if you're a game that's coming out in that space, if you feel comfortable staying there, or if it behooves you to move.
Right.
And whether it's they're similar games or comparable games or games that are on the same subscription service or things like that, I don't think it really, it's up to the individual sort of dev team and publisher to decide whether it behooves them to stay or to move. But it's not on Team Cherry. I just that's ridiculous for them to be like, oh, and we need to nurture the rest of the industry. This is on us. It's not on them. Like,
if you get hit, you get hit. If he dies,
what about
he dies.
the review codes and journalists not be right now? There's no Metacritic for it, and the decision for them to give it to the bags as opposed to journalists not getting codes to review the game.
You should have been a part of the Kickstarter.
And this is the thing. Like, when you do something like that, it's funny. Like, I completely forgot that they kickstarted Silksong,
right?
Which is crazy when you consider the success they already had for Hollow Knight. For them to be like, oh, we're going to kickstart the second game as opposed to just doing it outright. I completely forgot about that. So yeah, you know what? When you have a situation like that, the backers, the people that paid that money and however many tiers they had or however many, like, look, if you're doing that, then yeah. And if you weren't ready to be able to send it to backers before press and still be able to give it to press, before everyone else, then no, then they made the right decision. It's like, well, everybody just gets it at the same time. That way our backers don't feel slighted. And, it's not the first time that press has not gotten, pre-release versions of a game so they could review. And again, they've been working on this game for 8 years. They know what they have. They knew that, quite frankly, they didn't necessarily need good press on it, because they knew that once it got into people's hands.
I get it.
Did they know the zeitgeist moment would be like that it was gonna crash all of these all of these storefronts and stuff like that? No, probably not.
They just mad they're not special.
It's just and it's hard when the journalist says that. Obviously you have to stop for a moment and always think before you open your mouth, because it could feel like you're entitled, right? It can come off like you're entitled. At the end of the day, the argument that it's like, even if you're a journalist, you're not entitled to anything, right? You're not entitled to anything. And we're in this space as well, and we've finally gotten to the point where we're kind of used to getting codes for stuff. And I think our only argument has ever been is like, hey, fantastic, you're giving us this code, you're giving us the honor of having this code early. We appreciate that. Now the next step for us is like, well, if you're saying yes, we're going to get it. If we can get it at the same time as everybody else, so we have a fighting chance against everybody else, that'd be nice, right? Yeah. But beyond that, if you tell me from the rip, nah, you're not getting it, well, hey, I'm not entitled to it, cool. Maybe next time you will deem me worthy, or whatever the case may be, of getting the code.
Plus, we need 4 codes.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and we provide a unique level of coverage in that we are the modern day Game Pro / EGM.
We different like
different
that.
faces.
And when we find y'all different, trying to be like us, we gonna come get you.
We gonna come get you. Right? But yeah,
keep doing your reviews how y'all do it.
You have
don't
4
let
perspectives.
Addict spin the block. He's been known
to spray.
I've already spent the block.
So yeah, we provide a unique perspective that I think, again, I hope people look at it and be like, yeah, these guys need these 4 codes so we could see different perspectives on this game. But again, I know no journalists, I don't care how long you've been in the game, you're not entitled to it. Yes, does it facilitate you doing your job? Yes, 100%. But at the end of the day, I think it's still a cool thing that the entire gaming industry is working through this together. And the conversations around the game and the coverage that comes out day by day, minute by minute is organic. And you have to, like, you can't stop and really think about what you're going to write. You're going to experience something and write it in the moment, and it's going to be prescient and it's going to be relevant in the moment, in the way that, you know, a review that you finished, you know, a week ago or whatever, 2 weeks. It's, again, cool. That's great. This game didn't need that. I like the fact that the entire industry is talking about it at the same time. I love it. So, hey,
I respect
They're
that.
one trick pony. They better learn how to stream and talk. They better learn how to stream and talk. You're a one trick pony, putting up your article, talking about, yeah, I played the game for a week and a half and I got everything. You better stream and talk now, boy.
yeah.
Wildin'.
No,
You
I mean,
wildin'.
that is true though. Like, it is, you know, that's I've even heard Colin talk about this sometimes. So our Colin doesn't like, he started doing the streaming now, right? And it's like, he sees the benefit of it, but in his mind, he's like, this is like, I'm not doing any hard work to get this done. This is easy content. It's lazy content. I'm like, you have to react in the moment. You don't have the luxury of sitting down and making sure that everything you say is perfect. Like, and people love that. People love raw reactions.
People
to
gonna
things.
love having access to
Access
raw
to you.
reaction. And this is the conversation
Exactly.
that me and Gene had in reference to. We talk about the changing of the guard. Remember, Gene is one of those people who I feel is very clairvoyant as a person as prominent as who he is for watching
Exactly.
to understand where
in traditional media. Exactly.
Yeah, to see things are going. So yeah, salute to that. I do want to get Addicts Bars because that.
Talk about Gene Park, right?
Yeah, you know, of course, Gene Park, of course.
I thought you were talking about Magic Man.
Oh, the
Magic
we know
Man,
the
Gene.
Magic Man is the man. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the Magic Man, Gene Schaefmeyer. It's always blood butcher his name. I'm sorry, brother. For all these years, I know y'all should know.
Schaefmeyer.
Schaefmeyer. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
For all these years, you just Magic Gene to me.
We just got to talk to the linguistics over here.
Yeah, over here.
Because
My bad. Take me to
He
HR.
talk Flowinese.
Yeah.
Flowing
But yeah, let me talk to the mother homie Park. But Alex, man, so that you got your power, your back in there. How's your experience with Hollow Knight, number one, and then number two, obviously breaking the stores and the $20 price point, Game Pass, and how we feeling about, you know, obviously backers getting it, go first in reference to that, and the whole, you know, did people have the indies have enough time to react to, you know, the zeitgeist that is Hollow Knight?
Hollow Knight's a great game. I'm really enjoying it. It's like, you know, I know people's probably already said something. I saw someone super chat early about me complaining about the upgrades.
We may have talked about
We may have talked about
we may have talked about your displeasure with certain things.
But,
about
see,
Metro
but did they say what I was complaining that wasn't upgraded? Like,
No, it was very
Did they give no
general.
context to what I was complaining? I said I didn't like that they put dash behind an upgrade.
Yeah.
Like movement speed should not be an upgrade. I'm sorry. Like that should be now upgraded movement speeds. Where maybe you dash quicker or something. Okay, but you don't mean tell me I need the blessing from the god to move fast to the left or right.
You ain't like that dash. You had to go get that. You had to go work into that. You do.
Yeah. So besides that, you know, but I finally unlocked it last night. I'm enjoying it a lot more than I was. It's just like, look, like, and what's funny is people be acting like they shocked. Like it's like I've always been very clear. I like movement in me in games is go hand to hand. I play any form of game. I play
that Shinobi movement. You like
Destiny, COG. Do I not always pick the movement like
Yes.
Titan with the dash or
Dash,
like
yeah.
I'm always quick on speed.
Yeah.
Speed is what I like doing the most. I'm always an aggressive player, and I just got back from playing Shinobi, which has a dash button. It has a
You like that.
and it's a lot faster. So me and keep in mind, I didn't play the original Hollow Knight either. So I'm coming into this with like double whammy, where I gotta learn Hollow Knight, and right now I just played Shinobi, and like the move, I feel slow, I feel vulnerable. That's what it is. Like I'm sitting there, like at the beginning I felt like I couldn't keep up with the speed of the enemies. But once I got that dash, and the dash is you know, unique because most dashes have like an in frame where you can phase through stuff.
Yeah.
This one doesn't. You will get hit. You have to use the dash effectively. But you know, I wouldn't say that like this is going to be like the best game in the world for me this year. It's a fun game and I'm really enjoying it, and it's got some really cool boss encounters. But it's just like that. This.
Be careful, Addict.
Well, I mean, I don't care. They
Oh, you
come
think?
at me
Oh, you
every
think?
day.
Oh, wait. You think they gonna come from King just because he have any criticism of how like you're not allowed to say you don't like anything about it?
And that's fine because they know I don't care. So it's like, look, at the end of the day, it's like I enjoy it. So it's just like, now if you want me to sit here and say everything's perfect about the game and nothing, I have no nitpicks. No, like, you know, I do feel the game feels slow, even with the dash. It feels better with the dash, but I will say, like, I don't like games that have one speed. Like, because I always feel like it makes sense that people can run. But you can run with the dash ability, and she, you know, she runs pretty fast when she has that ability. So it's just taking a little bit to get used to. It's not one of those games where like this dash plays most like other dashes. And someone said, you don't have to unlock any movements? Yes, you have to unlock movies in Shinobi, but it's not the same thing. I didn't have to unlock to dash and move. Like Shinobi's key movements was there from the start. I had to unlock like the down thrust attack and like the things for the Metrovania itself. That's what I had to unlock. So I'm enjoying the game, but as far as like the movement, it does feel a little you know, movement heavy a little bit. Like I feel like
Sluggish.
my character feels heavy.
I was saying that she feels heavier. Like you didn't play Hollow Knight, but she feels heavier than the character in Hollow Knight.
And you would think that she would be lighter.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
Addict, I just got one question for Addict. Knowing that how you are a journalist and
If you call me a journalist again, I'm leaving.
I mean, but technically you definitely are. Right?
Call me a journalist again. Call me a journalist one more again.
You gonna spin the block? No, I'm just saying, like, did it affect you that you didn't get a review copy 2 weeks ahead of time to get your review up to your website and to get that out the door?
Here's the thing when it comes to access. Most games need that. Most games need to be in front of as many people as possible. Not every game's a Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is a very well-known franchise that's loved. Team Cherry has done nothing to tarnish their reputation whatsoever. So there's no reason to, and they took 7 years and they've been very clear on the perspectives of that. You know, them just coming out to their fans and say, yo, we were just going to make you a DLC, but we like Silk so much, we're going to make it a whole game.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know, the reputation of your company can go a long way. And we've seen it with companies in the before that's, you know, risen and fallen from grace. You couldn't have more backing than Team Cherry does at this moment. So, you know, I don't think they necessarily need it, especially they didn't need reviewers for one thing and one thing only, that $20 price tag. Because, dude, I spent like $16 at McDonald's for like nothing yesterday. like you can literally easily, you can accidentally spend $20.
Yeah.
So it's just like when your entry is that low, then clearly it's easier to sell no review copies because your entry level is that low. Now, when you get like you know, the next Halo or the next Borderlands, and keep in mind this is only 3 people, so it's easy to get that money back that they invested into it. You know, when you talk about $100 million, $50 million games, that's not as easy. So you're going to want as many people on as your stuff. Now, do I think the industry as a whole needs codes? I'd say it goes from title to title, depending on like reputation. Like, you know, what was that game that people be talking about right now?
Which one?
What is it? Hold up. Maddie just made a video about it. It is called Metal Eden. Now, Metal Eden, I've been told by a lot of people, really solid game.
Okay.
That game probably needs help because it doesn't have the reputation of a Team Cherry. Right. It doesn't have, coming from Hollow Knight, probably people are so scared of it, they're calling it like the GTA of indies. Yeah. Like, and it's just like, there's levels to this. Shout out, dog.
Yeah, shout out, dog.
Yeah, like And you know, as far as like the media feeling entitled, that one time when this game got announced that it wasn't they weren't going, I didn't feel like, oh, you should be doing that. I'm like, good, you stand in your ground because you believe in your product.
Yep.
You know, and that's them saying, I don't need to give this to anyone because I know my stuff's gonna sell.
I respect it.
Now it could work out well, and it's looking like it's working out well,
Very well.
or it can't work out well. So, but to like say that the whole industry doesn't need review cards, I'm not quite there yet. I think there's a lot of games, especially you know, new IPs. You know, the Prosmatic game that's coming out from Capcom. I'm sure that has a pretty steadily budget. These games probably need the help because they need to get it out in front of as many people as possible. And not to mention with these games as a service eating up all the time. You know,
What do you feel about, because part of that argument was like how it takes the oxygen out of the room for smaller games. We were talking about like Adventure of Samsara and like how it didn't move out of the way. It released the same day, and there's really only one review out for it. And that game was in people's hands, for 2 weeks or more before the release date. So people had it early. There were other games also that came out in that window that I'm sure people were reviewing. And then they decided not to move from that, September 4th date, the same as Hollow Knight. And again, it shows nobody else really reviewed it. We talked about it. We did the preview coverage. We did our coverage on it now.
Do you want me to briefly talk about that game? Because I did play it.
Whatever. We went past. I'm just saying, how do you feel about a game like a game like that got kind of like, it's obvious that people were playing other things instead of that game, right?
In my personal opinion, they should have moved it. To me, even if you were able to come out a week before it came out, probably a month after it came out, especially when you put a lot of time into a game such as that game, what's a month? A month to make sure you're as far away from. It's like the Titanic going towards the iceberg, and you can't go left and right. It's like, do I hit it or do I just stop?
Yo, this scenarios be death-defying.
They death-defying. That was wild. That was wild. I like
the block, Titanic is wild, crazy.
So it's just like they thought they could clear the iceberg. I doubt it. That unfortunately I do think they made the wrong move. I think that's going to tremendously hurt their bottom line when it comes to their game. I think what they should probably do at this point is do a big marketing push like a month from now.
Yeah, they did put out a tweet to say like, hey, we want to do. They added Team Cherry and said Alex Game Studio and was like, hey, let's do. We released the Metrovania 2 same day as you. Let's do a bundle together. Like remember when was it Rage Bound?
Then they lit them.
But they just put the tweet out. But yeah, they put the tweet out.
There's no guarantee
it's gonna happen. But they put the tweet out.
If they're able to convince them to do a bundle where you could buy both games for like $40 or something, they lit.
They lit.
They especially if they're willing to take the hit on their side, and you buy Hollow Knight for $30 and get this game for free essentially, and they just get that little 10. They'll make more off that $10 than they will off selling the game for 20 at this point.
They did drop the price because it was 20 as well.
It's 17 now.
It's 17.
17 now.
It's 17 now. Yeah,
Okay.
17 or 18, something like that.
Son, you go low, you throw that brick out there lower.
Isn't that ducking the fade? Isn't that? That's not ducking. That's not being scared. That's scared
that's
talk.
Business.
That sound like scared talk. That don't sound like you confident with your. But let's do 20 versus 20.
What happened is you came with a knife. They didn't know that you had a knife.
You don't want to do a versus now. You don't want to do a ball for ball.
They thought you was gonna knuckle up.
They gonna raise their stuff to 25.
Yeah.
Nah. You thought they was gonna knuckle up, and then that's what you was wrong. Weapon emptied the building.
Okay. We ain't
shout
playing
out to them. Yeah, shout out to them for knowing exactly how low they could go. They said, "Oh, you 20? We 17."
Someone said demos do good. Demos do good in a lot of scenarios, but there's a reason the industry went away from it because they're towards like a 360.
Services.
It was actually hurting sales more than it was helping sales because sometimes you have a good product and so either A, they don't do a demo, B, they show like the wrong part of the demo and it doesn't really entice people to buy it, or C, you give the best part of the game as the demo and you make a bunch of people mad. So I do think demos has a place to stand. I wouldn't say the Battlefield thing is a demo. That's like more of a play test. But I do think demos are a good service that they should offer more. But it's just on a matter of like the industry and how they handle putting the demos out and what they put out.
Service that put out whole games.
So I mean, when it comes to like, it's just look, it's business. If you saw that Hollow Knight Silksong release date come out, it was like what, a week and a half ago or something like that.
And what if you had the marketing addict? What if they?
I don't care.
They have the money to do it. You okay? They got the money.
They definitely ain't gonna have the money to do it.
Right, but what can you do? What can you do if you really can't move? You that close to the iceberg, and it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just
knuckle up.
You knuckle up.
Knuckle
up when the opponent has like a hammer.
Listen, you gonna get knocked out anyway. It's better to swing than get a swung on. Like, swing, boy. Listen, go down swinging. Don't be that dude standing in the corner with a puddle of piss, with a snot bubble hanging out his nose.
As a former wrestler, don't swing. When they swing, you double leg them and take them down.
That's right. That's what they did. That's when they went to $17
and yoke them out. And yoke them out. That's what you do.
I think the best thing for them to do, they didn't move. I do think their game is decent. I didn't hate it. I think there's some like clunky movement on that game, even worse than Silk for me. But I do think their game is worthy of playing. But at the same time, it's like when you put yourself next to a meteor like that, like, and you choose not to move and just get hit by the meteor. Like,
his scenario
is always the most.
It's cataclysmic. The dinosaurs are going.
Yes, his joints is so morbid.
And,
like,
and
everything is
spin the block.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is it gets progressively worse.
Worse. Yeah.
It started off spinning the block, then it was the Titanic, and now it's a whole meteor.
Meteor destroy the planet.
What's next?
The crazy thing though is if you look at Hollow Knight and Silksong, like if they had released Hollow Knight, right, and Silksong would have been a sequel that came out 3-4 years after it, like a regular cadence, it would not have had this effect. It wouldn't have as good as it could be just as good as it is now, and it wouldn't have had this effect just because there's nothing around it. Like, again, this whole thing about people waiting on this game for so long, like 8 years, and people assuming that it was in like development hell, and then it coming out and most people feeling that it's great. It's just one of those things. Like if it had like a regular release cadence, it would have been just a sequel. Oh, girl, it's a great sequel to Hollow Knight. It's gonna sell another couple of million, because I don't know that without that long lead time, that Hollow Knight 1 sells 15 million copies. It may not, because people just.
I think this game was going to sell like hotcakes regardless. I think it's like the Cyberpunk effect. Even though that game came out mad buggy, it sold very well because they went off of The Witcher 3. Witcher 3 is probably arguably like one of the biggest success stories you could have in a while, because I don't remember Witcher 1 and 2. I remember them being popular, but not to the degree Witcher 3 was.
Those were just PC games. Witcher 3 was the first one to come out on everything.
And they sold Cyberpunk strictly off that Witcher name. Man, they making something else that's not The Witcher, and Witcher 3 was like this. So it's just like, I personally feel like as long as you keep, first off, you got to treat the core community that buy your games respectfully, and they've always done that. They've been very clear on how they handle updates. Go look at the community tab on Steam for the Hollow Knight. It's crazy. Like they're very big with their community. And then 2, doesn't matter how long you have to keep delaying it. You make it into the product that your core fan base is gonna like. And 3, it helps when you can drop it for $20.
Yeah, $20 is nice. $20 is nice. Yeah,
I will say that the amount of money that this thing's made, it's great for an indie game with 3 developers. But I don't know, because people say, games don't need to be. And I agree. I think you raise $10, $15, $20. I might not agree, but I'm not going to fight it. But they made a decent amount of money, but not every game is able to drop to 20. Instead, you can literally drop some of these big AAA titles to $20, $30, and even if it quadruples the amount, it's not going to make the kind of money that it would have needed to clear that gap, because a lot of these AAA developing processes and publishers are bloated like crazy.
You said that's unsustainable?
We will get to that.
The way it's going for sure. So, I think when it comes down to it,
Kind of like Redfall.
Okay. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I think I think when it comes to this, I think Team Cherry has built brand friendly. They have the trust of their community. When you see something pop up on the store that had already sold a couple million in the first day, it's going to get people like me that's like, then, most likely I'm willing to bet you that Microsoft paid for the whole development process. We
got almost 500 people in here. How come we only got 162 likes? This is the problem.
Hey, man, if you
This is the problem.
Yeah.
If you
YouTube
do
algorithm
likes,
hasn't been friendly lately.
If you do those,
please hit the like.
If we get that above 300 likes, King will.
Don't listen to him.
Here we go. King will do something.
Don't listen to him. He always put King to do something.
Man, just think about King backflipping on that. Listen, come on.
Think about this. If we get to 300 likes, Attic will spin the block.
Let's not get him locked up. But if Attic is finished, I'll get my
just
balls.
leave and show me in my car. I'm going. So I congratulations for Team Cherry. I love when developers are rewarded for the good practices they make. Because they could have easily, because of the success of Hollow Knight, they could have easily dropped us for 30, 40, especially how many people are raising 80, 70. They could have done that, but they realized, look, we could use that. You just imagine if they raise this to 40, they'd probably still get similar sales and double the amount of money they would have made. But they knew, let's keep it 20, because the original game was 15, I believe.
Yes.
Let's keep it 20. So we did raise it by 5. We're making bukus of money for 3 people because we got no publisher.
Buku.
But we're not going. We're not going to give the illusion of being greedy. And I think a lot of people respect that, and they're buying the game too.
Yeah. Nah, they want that number to hit like 7 million in day one. Like they want an ungodly number.
This is crazy. Yeah, I'll get my balls off. Y'all got most of this stuff off, man. Yeah, shout out to Team Cherry, man. This is magical. This is magical stuff. Like to see this kind of level of engagement. What a zeitgeist. I remember it was E3 2019. I had my hands on this game for Nintendo Switch. I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be coming out the same year or next year. And look where we are now. But shout out to them, man. Like, what a crazy development cycle. Again, like Saab said, where it went from, this is supposed to be just expansion, DLC, Hornet, give her her little, you know what I'm saying? And then this turns into this whole thing. But it just goes to show you, like, when you make something from this level of passion that has this kind of backing and everyone. I felt bad for Nintendo because I remember we used to watch Nintendo Direct since 2019. Every time the chat would be like, Silksong when? They was bullying Nintendo. Like, this fan base is insane, ravenous.
You know what's funny? They probably didn't even know when the game come out, so Nintendo definitely didn't know.
Yeah, no, so it's crazy. So that's what's so wild about it. And then
only Microsoft.
To Xbox's credit, them associate. It almost feels like a ROG Ally launch title in a way. Every time you see the ROG Ally, you see this.
That's what I thought it was coming out in October.
Yeah, exactly. So it threw me off when they came out so early. So I'm like, yo. Now I must be honest. Like I do feel bad for the indie scene, man. Because it's like, again, is it Hollow Knight's Team Cherry's fault?
Who do you feel bad for in particular?
I feel bad for anybody who were in that this month in 2 weeks. I ain't gonna say no names, but I do feel
anybody that you know that ran from the smoke.
I mean,
you think they are safe now?
I think that they got a better chance to survive. You know what I'm saying? Bob, I told you got to fight. Sometimes you got to come back, fight, save yourself for another day. You know what I'm saying? You can't always go head into something that's an unwinnable situation just for ego and pride.
Sometimes the bully be right there tomorrow.
Sometimes it's about self-preservation.
Hey, listen, and the bully got sleep and his knuckles.
But sometimes you'll get murdered trying to walk through a block where you know. Well, sometimes you get killed. It's sometimes not about. It's about trying to live. You know what I'm saying? When you're not on a block what you're supposed to be, and you know you're not there.
To go.
Yeah,
everybody.
I like this. I like more people fighting with King and not me.
It's how it be sometimes. Sometimes you just don't. You're not.
Cog been fighting with me since he ascended to he descended to the console board.
I'm just saying.
I ascended, and he just came down off the mountain.
All I do is bring up what the industry is doing, and y'all call it something else. But it's cool that y'all gonna label me that. But it's cool. But at the end of I'm just bringing up what people are doing. So yeah,
King be doing that every week, and we claim he can't score.
I'm just bringing up what people are doing.
And we would talk about his topics, but guess what? It's in the industry.
People in the industry said, that they felt it was unfair. Now I don't agree with that whole review code stuff. Like, listen, Soft said it best. You are not entitled to anything. We are not entitled to anything. I literally, as the biggest member Shinobi fan, like, it wasn't going down for me for bad years. You know what I'm saying? Would say, like, that's just how it was. And then eventually my time came for whatever reason they felt, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? It was a beautiful story when it did happen. It's supposed to happen for a reason. But, to Team Cherry's thing, like, bro, this is, to me, they like that indie group in the garage building, and they said, no, our backers get that. You know what I'm saying? Respect,
I love that.
I respect that. I respect that.
Respect. Like that they get that first. We move on how we
My
move.
day ones.
Yeah, respect.
And then you know what that does?
Yeah.
Because it's 20 and because they made that move. Do you know how many people that's in the industry that probably saw that like, yo, they could have easily tried to make more money by giving it to journalists to boost up but they cared about us. So I'm gonna buy another copy.
You gotta respect. It's the utmost confidence in the product. I mean, now I will say they have the most unrealistic developer cycle I've ever heard of, where they're like, we're just gonna keep, let's add this, let's add that. Let's take 6 years.
Wow.
Let's take 7 years. Like, that's not realistic. Listening, don't get me wrong.
I think they was waiting for Game
story.
Pass Ultimate.
I love the story. It's dope, but in this climate, for an indie game to take 6 to 7 years, right, and you be afforded because you just got money coming in, that's not how game development works. So I just want to be clear. There's a lot of people like, yo, that's how you do it, right? No, now what you do is you put a great quality game, and yes, you put your heart in it, and you hope that you get the light, you get the storefront, you get some people to talk about your joint. They just happen to hit lightning in the bottle.
The exception, not the rule.
Thank
you.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yo, did the original Hollow Knight duck the fade from anybody?
Let me see what day it came out. I want to see that. I definitely want to see that.
I think it stood on business.
You stood on. So you say if you just make it, you just spit your bars, you're just good.
I think these three dudes are business standards.
It'll be interesting to see what it came out with. To your credit, it'll be interesting to see what the first one came out next
out.
to.
They
was head up with like GTA yesterday.
Like GTA.
That would be wild. I will give you that. I'll give you that. If we find out what their release date was. What
2017? It's 2017, right? So it's this is one of the games that made me like think about like the Switch. The Switch was my indie machine at that point.
Yes.
This is the one I'm playing it on the Switch. And this is obviously before like Steam Deck or anything like that. Let me get the
when you find it,
go ahead. I'm looking at the actual release.
That's a good thought exercise. But look, as far as this, I definitely, like I said, I'm just super proud of them. Love what they're doing, and again, no publisher. Wow.
All straight cheese.
Yeah, like that is so rare to have that level of confidence, and then obviously the Kickstarter, then go into the backers, and then as far as the game itself, I mean, what a beautiful looking game. I froze. I froze. I'm still frozen.
Yeah, you're frozen.
All right. Let me check.
Oh, there go you back.
I'm back. Okay, cool. So look, obviously I don't have probably the least hours out of everyone here. But what a beautiful looking game. He said, because obviously.
No. I installed it. Fair enough.
Yeah. But, it is super, as what's it called? Saab says, painterly. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, I love the background and the foreground movement. I love that you can chop things in the foreground and stuff like that. Obviously, Hornet has a very distinct style. I like the platforming. She has a little bit more of a weight. I do like the auto clamber stuff. I'm always a fan of the auto clamber when you're getting close to something that you may not miss or whatever. But yeah, it's like Saab said, this is, we're not holding your hand. We're not giving you maps. You gonna figure it out. You gonna go left. You gonna go right. You gonna go down. You gonna figure out how that lead to this. You might walk into a situation where it's on site with something you wasn't ready to be on site with. And it's a wild game. And I like the little, Saul's wife doesn't approve, but I like the little languagey, musical.
I approve. She doesn't.
Yeah. It reminds me of like, growing up with Charlie Brown and the parents talk. Yeah. I like that. You had your little
So sorry, real quick, Cog.
What's the
Lego Worlds Lego
Okay.
Worlds on PS4 and Xbox One,
Again.
and the PC and console versions of Halo Wars 2.
Oh,
This was February 24th, 2017. So it was out.
So basically, it was a light
before-
day. Nobody was
Yeah.
on the block that.
Nah,
That's
nah.
what that
It was
was.
out.
That's what that was.
They heard that it was a Halo game, and they was like,
Halo
whatever.
Wars
Yo,
RTS.
Listen, check it out. They didn't know what Halo it was. Whatever Halo it was, they was gonna get a toothpick in the eye. Straight up, they're about that business, son. Yeah,
So
Team Cherry, stand on
so it
business.
really took off. Like, so it was only for Windows when it dropped, right? And then a month later, we get the Switch. I don't think it was a launch game for Switch, but it might have been very close to it. And to me, that's when it really took off. Like this was like the Switch game for a bit there. So
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm giving King some bars. He said Breath of the Wild, Neo, For Honor, Halo Wars 2, and Horizon
I'm
Zero
talking about
Dawn.
the exact day.
All,
I'm talking
right,
about
he
the
said,
exact
but
day,
he's just
like the
saying,
month.
right. He said, all,
Yeah,
but I got to give
but-
King this. In fairness
Yeah.
to King, he said, like, he ride for King. Oh, he's like, he giving all the Horizon Zero Dawn. That's a big game. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild. That's big.
Yeah.
In the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
In the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
So yeah, fair enough.
And
but
rock
I would
them
have
all in the
ran.
mouth.
I would have
And it
personally
only-
ran for Breath of the Wild.
I would have ran
And
from
it-
Breath. Yeah,
and
I'd
it
have ran.
only launched on PC. So it wasn't, again, you can run for Breath of the Wild, but it literally is different platforms. Like
Yeah, it
you're
was just on
not-
PC. Yeah,
different
so you
audiences,
didn't,
yeah.
you didn't
Rock
really
them in the
drop.
mouth, though.
You didn't really drop
Rock them
on
in
it.
the
Okay,
mouth,
thank
though,
you,
bro.
Saka. You
Yeah,
really
but-
did drop.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
was in the
but
corner.
rock them in the mouth, though.
Nah, he was in the
Rock them
corner.
mouth,
He was in the
though.
corner.
Yeah, but what he did say was, I'm outside, regardless of who's outside out here. Whatever y'all doing, I'm doing it too. That's what he said. Team Cherry stands on business.
Stands on
like
business.
always. That's right.
Cherry
listen, y'all move your date. We don't.
Cherry gang.
It
Fair
was,
enough.
Breath of the Wild was a month away.
Oh, well, they knew about them. They ain't know about us.
Fair enough. Our meat,
Hashtag not like us.
our meat is riding for you. So anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, like I said, like this
guy.
is the game itself. And shout out to the sound design. I love the impactful sounds that it hits when you know what I'm saying, getting that off. The art style is beautiful. That's pretty much all I got to say. I mean, it's just a
When you
magic.
get rid of your publisher, you can do anything
do
that
what
you
you
want
want
to
to
do.
do. You can do what you want
Facts.
to do.
Yeah, and that's probably why this is cost effective to them, because it's like once the game's done, and because they did so well with the first one and gained so much attention and so much trust with the community that bought it, they know, look, as long as we don't drop the ball
Right.
and the game's bad, we could take as much time we want because it's just three of us. There's no publisher we got to pay at the end. There's none of that. So it's just there's just three of us instead
no,
of
look, it's
1,000.
It's one of the most beautiful stories.
Love
And again, I love it. And then shout out to everyone who's again experiencing it on Game Pass. You got it. $20 also low bar entry.
No, wait. Game Pass Ultimate.
Ultimate, yes.
Listen, you call and stand the dudes. Y'all like everybody else. Get to the side.
I will say though, I am curious on Xbox. This is going to lead into our next topic. Is that because the barrier of entry is so low, do they just buy it? Right? Because I mean, you literally can have a Game Pass Ultimate subscription, or you just buy it. Right? So I'm very curious, like, because it really is such a low, like they could have charged 34. They could have did what they wanted. with this.
I don't think newer people would subscribe for this particular game, but I do think if you already had Game Pass Ultimate and you was considering, turning it off or leaving the subscription, this game would be like, okay, I'll get access to that next month, so I'll stay another month.
And this is the perfect handheld game. That's pretty much all I
A
got.
lot of dudes came over from PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and they just realized that, Game Pass is the ultimate. I was speaking of ultimate. And they were just like, yo, I can get that in hundreds of other games, Game of the Year type contenders. Yeah, I'm going to do that $20 thing. I'm going to go rock with those dudes over there because they spitting science.
Look, if you're on the Xbox, you're doing well as far as this being as part of the
If
service.
you are an ultimate, that core and standard dudes, again,
Yes,
I would like to preface
stop
this.
dividing and
Those
conquering,
stand-
sir.
Well, we got tiers for a reason. Y'all
Sir,
guys
there's
stay over there.
80% of the market is in Ultimate.
That's right. We
Still
up here.
weird.
We up here. Them 20%ers,
How are you shaming people in your own service?
they not in my service. They in another part of the service.
done.
Like,
Yeah.
listen,
done.
I'm
These
up
are
here.
not my people.
Yo,
Now
we
you
all-
just now you're
yo,
not
check it-
claiming
check
Game
it out.
Pass guys.
Check it out. We all fly on the same plane. Not all of us fly in first class.
This guy here.
All right, you go get and coach, and let's go see how that food tastes back there.
This
all right,
guy
we
here.
eat different up here in the front of the plane.
Man is subscription
Yo,
warring.
Todd, close the curtain. I don't want them looking at me.
Close the curtain.
They're
You're in the
looking at
first
my-
class.
Yeah, listen, they're looking at my snacks.
I can't. This guy's wild. Anyway, so let's get these super chats before we get to the gym.
All right, cool. Hold on a second. We got a couple. Let me see. Yeah, roll back a little bit.
He's gonna get mad at me.
And
I'm a core member, King. Sucks for you.
No, I do think it's an interesting choice to not put that in the base thing. I understand like not the
Nah,
the starter one that they
Don't give
replaced
none
it
of
with,
that.
but
None
not
of
the
that.
base one.
None of that. Y'all don't get none of that. Get out of here. None of that.
All right.
Guy here.
Y'all
We
get
got-
crackers.
It don't make sense to me, but I don't have the energy to fight it out. Here.
Ultimate, get ultimate.
Get on to me.
I have Ultimate. I can still
not-
criticize Ultimate.
True. But you got it. Spin the
We
block.
have 1 Pint Johnny.
I love that name.
10-pound super chat. Shaun Layden proclaimed Game Pass bad. Meanwhile, his own employer, Tencent, has many subscription models, one of which is game/music subscriptions. Very hypocritical, and I can't take him
We
seriously.
will talk, and I think for the record, he is no longer with
Longer,
Tencent.
yeah, I don't think he is. Yeah. Then we have Darn Thread with the 26.
Yeah.
Addict, aka the master complainer.
Don't do that to my man. You wildin'. Don't do that.
Then we have Richie Torres,
Fine.
MMA,
I
$5
take that
super
thing
chat.
Just like I took the Colonel Mustard. I'll take all
Colonel
of
Mustard.
I got to be the bad guy so everyone else can be the good guy.
He said, I gotta be the villain.
I'm
we
cool with
got
that.
Richie Torres, MMA, $5 super chat. Kronos is pretty awesome. 2 hours in, and I'm loving it. Definitely gonna scratch that Dead Space itch. Yes, Dead Space. The character looks like what's his name? What's the
what you call
villain's
it, yeah.
name? From he moves like Dead Space, but the helmet makes the character look like
A Big Daddy.
a Big Daddy. Yeah, yeah. And we have the Iron Rook
Pause.
$5 super chat.
Pause.
The Big Daddy.
Dip down. You in here. Pause. You're a weirdo.
Then we Addict, another way of looking at it is, are you getting out of the way when I call down a sentry?
I took the hell down his talk.
He gonna move his date.
Then we got Void Lock, $2 super chat. Some games benefit from not being reviewed early.
Some guys are bulletproof.
Yeah, I don't like that concept though, because then publishers like start sleazing their way to because then it's like, we know our game's broken and we're not gonna let you play this version of the game. We're gonna make you play other versions. Of the
Case
game.
in point, Mind's Eye.
Boy, I knew
as someone who
something was up.
bought Mind's Eye.
Oh, you brought that?
Hell yeah, I bought it day one. I was like, I gotta see.
Oh,
I
you
gotta
brought
see
it on
what-
PC too.
Yeah, you should have hit me up. I could have got you that game.
Yo, when we was out at games, Summer Games Fest, and it wasn't on the floor, and we was at their event, and it was coming out the next week. I said something's up with that game, and then I spoke to a couple of dudes that did get the review copy.
Well, nobody got review copies. I don't know what the hell.
No, I had two people that got one.
Really?
Yep. And they said exactly what was happening, because me and another person was talking about it in the crowd, and we was like, it's curious that it's not here, isn't it?
Yeah. Mind's Eye. Yeah.
While I'm over there throwing James Bond in the bushes.
Oh wait, weren't you going to talk about that? Oh, you
me, no.
changed. Oh, you changed it. Yeah.
I changed my thing.
I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah,
Let me see.
we went from talking about that to talk about PlayStation. Which I do agree with King on this particular.
I got
PlayStation
it.
thing,
We'll
so.
talk about it. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, we could have talked. We could have basically talked about the new James Bond game.
I know,
We're
but-
talking about
We'll talk
freaking
about it.
hard drives.
talking about hard.
Well, we ain't talking about we talk about practice. We talk about practice. You talk about practice. We talk about practice.
Continue, son.
Moving on.
Yes.
Iron Rook, $5 super chat. Starting arm day, let's up the energy and keep the humor minimal. I don't need to be laughing myself to tears on more training videos.
Salute.
Then we have Danny Passion Official,
Yeah.
$2 super chat. Addict, have you unlocked new crests? Anyone?
Yes, I've unlocked some.
Okay.
I downloaded them.
Then we have Done Otaku, $5 super chat. Y'all should check out Demon School when it releases, even though they ducked the Silksong fade.
I am going to play that game.
Yeah.
I've actually been looking. That
covered that game.
has been on my radar for like a decade.
I covered that game like 2 separate times at like too many packs.
Nah, I can't catch dudes that run, son.
You can ask Cog. Every time we went to like a PAX,
it was there.
Every time we went to a PAX, I'm like, yeah, I'll go play D. Let's see what they're doing this year.
Yeah. What they doing this year? They would be at every PAX.
Running from the fade this year.
Stop hating.
This year they're ducking the fade.
They needed a run from that fade.
Smart.
And what's crazy is you said that you was gonna buy that game because you've been waiting for that game for years, and they ran from their date.
Yeah, and I'll play it in a month where the game will do better.
And that makes my point right. You was gonna buy it regardless.
But he know about it because he is in the industry. For the casual who knows nothing, it is suicidal to go against this guy. He want everybody to go to everybody opposing projects.
That's right.
And you know what's funny?
Go to your cookout and eat a hot dog.
The biggest thing that supports King's statement is just what we're doing today. Everyone knows that the NFL is going on first day.
That's right.
We ain't run for the fact.
Yo, what's crazy is all these dudes are standing on business.
That's a fact.
Right now, football is going on.
That's
Before
a fact.
we used to move our time.
That's a
You
fact.
know what we said one year? We tired of running.
True
we
that.
knuckled
I'll
up,
give you that.
And our numbers are good.
I'll give you
Shout out to all you 500 that's out there. We rocking the NFL in the mouth. Pause.
I respect that.
That's right. See, this is standing on business. They don't want to do it, but they doing it.
You, King. Let me cook.
That's right. That's my guy, son.
Let's stop agreeing with King and move on.
Listen, I missed you.
Right now.
Then we have, let me see. Yeah, he said indie Persona inspired tactics RPG. Yes, so check out Demon School.
Yeah.
Then Don Otaku, $2 super chat. Witcher 2 was on 360. The first 2 were just mid. I don't count the 360 version of The Witcher 2. You play that damn game on a PC. The first one was mid. The second one was good. Third one is great. But yeah, I don't count the 360 version of Witcher 2. Play that on a real platform, please.
That was fun too.
Then we got Don Otaku, $5 super chat. 300 likes and Cog lays on the table and lifts them legs up.
Yo.
Hashtag lift them legs up, Cog.
Don't you-
Tell Cog. So Adam, you weren't here when we were talking about Cog possibly wearing. Yeah, he's dependable. They were talking about Cog possibly wearing Depends on the flight to Japan.
No, Cog said he's gonna wear
I said I ain't got no
and
problem.
I speculated.
He just gonna sit there on the plane and I don't want to sit next to him though because he might snake you.
So we were talking about, the idea that everybody's assuming that Cogs is going to sit there for 13 hours and poop on himself and not go to the bathroom.
Make faces.
Just have a face. Yeah, just have a face. You just look.
making faces.
All you do is like Cogs over there, and you look at it. He's like,
Yo, it get real hot in his area.
So then we said, what if Cog goes to the bathroom to change his Depends? He uses the
I gotta work.
He said the changing table.
He comes out with the Depends and said, I didn't know if I could flush these.
Yo, you wild. You wild.
We say, what if he uses the changing table in the bathroom to change himself?
The joint for babies, that little thing for babies.
Yo, he
a
go to
grown
flush it.
man on that.
He gonna flush it and the alarm go off.
It's just
ruined the flight.
Depends.
We got a Depends stuck in the toilet. We got a Depends.
Get kicked off the flight. Yo, you're wildin'. Oh, sorry. What you gonna say? You gotta move your camera down because it says cut you off.
Yeah, no, it cut. My camera's all messed up, so it's like I tried to mess with it and made it even worse.
Oh, okay, all right. So he just went to hard. Yeah, you got bad short. You 4 foot something.
So
What else
you got?
Let me see. The Iron Rook again, $5 in the chat. Maddie and me watching Hollow Knight fans harassing Nintendo over Silksong drought as a Fallout and Elder Scrolls fan. Like, what the hell? Yeah, you know what it is? Because, again, people associate the original Hollow Knight with Switch. A lot of people played it on Switch. That's where it became really popular. So that's what it is. So that, when Nintendo doesn't have the marketing that for the game, it's it's... You got the Game Pass back, so it's
that's right. It's new dawn is a new day, boy. Move it along. It's associated with us.
Then we got Void Lock, $2 super chat. King, remember a Horizon series got buried twice. Yes, it did get buried twice.
And guess what? Hollow Knight came out and didn't. shout out to him.
And you know what's funny? We're not saying that they're the Hollow Knight. We're saying they're the Breath of the Wild, and everyone else is the Horizon.
Facts.
Then we got the Taco again, $5 super chat. F-Zero and Earthbound fans seeing Fallout and Elder Scrolls fans complain about 10 to 15 year wait.
That's wild.
That Earthbound ain't never coming out, bro.
Never. Then we got Richie Torres, MMA, $5 super chat. Silksong went Planet Patrol on these other games and told them to play at your own risk.
Facts.
Then we have Mono Genome, $5 super chat. King, who do you have winning next weekend? Canelo is long and stiff. Pause.
Pause.
But TC might come harder and put it on him with a big load.
What? That's not boxing discussion.
Okay. First, your graphic description of two illustrious fighters is kind of repulsive. But I would say this, right? Canelo has been at that weight, and if anybody thinks weight classes don't mean anything, you're crazy. When Roy Jones went up and fought John Ruiz was considered the weakest, smallest heavyweight with a championship belt. He was easy pickings. Roy did not fight the man in the division. Even though Roy wanted to fight Tyson, he did not fight Tyson in his peak. Had he fought Tyson, he would have went to sleep harder than when Tarver put him under the rope. And
y'all must have forgot.
No, listen. But that isn't the Balco year, so we never know. Right?
Everybody was in the Balco years.
But back in the day, they had no weight class, and look how that ended.
Well, no, they did have weight classes. But okay, so next week, I think this is going to happen. Bud has a lot of bad habits, and as he goes up, his habits has not went away. He stands there and he catches the left hook. Sometimes he likes to parry the left hook. Sometimes he likes to jab when you're throwing the left hook. So he meets your jab and he's going to step in. He's fighting a very good defensive specialist in Canelo. And he's a counterpuncher. Canelo is not a seek and destroy fighter. He is a counterpuncher. If you look at a lot of his knockouts, it has always came off of shots that they didn't see. Plus, he's a very heavy-handed puncher. He breaks orbital bones, ribs, shoulders, elbows, and biceps. In every fight, every person that's fought him, even if they were in heavier weight classes, remember, he knocked out Kovalev. They said he is the hardest hitter that they face. A lot of you guys are going to think that Bud is going to go out there and be like Floyd. First, Canelo was younger, wasn't this Canelo that we have now. Second, nobody's Floyd. And damn sure not Bud, right? So Bud is going to go in there. He's going to have those mistakes. I think he's going to get caught with a counter left hook somewhere in around the 7th or 8th round. If he takes any shots from Canelo, Canelo's going to break him down. He got swole up from Majimov, and we saw what Ortiz did to Majimov. I'm not taking anything away from Bud. I'm actually going to put $100 on Bud because the line speaks that way, right? If he does happen to pull it out, it's a good thing. He's a special guy that can do it.
Right.
But I just think Canelo is taking him very serious. He spars with Boots Ennis, and we know Boots is now up to 154, is one of the top switch hitters in the game next to Bud. I honestly believe that Canelo's going to be a little bit more prepared for Bud. And honestly, in all respects, remember when Ali got beat up by Larry Holmes?
Yeah.
And he told Mike Tyson, get him for me?
Yeah.
And Mike Tyson went in there and knocked his brains out?
Yeah.
I love Errol Spence.
Okay.
He destroyed Errol Spence.
Yeah, he got Errol.
I want Canelo to go in there.
It sound like hate.
And mangle him.
Okay.
I want him to mangle. I want him to think that he was in a car accident. I want him to mangle him. I want him to be mangled, son. And I want him to feel like how I felt that day that he took my champion off the board. Son. And my boy ain't been back since.
I know. So he did permanent damage.
I want you to catch these hands next week. I can't wait. It's on Netflix. I want the world to see it.
Ridiculous.
There we have Mayo Riot, $5 super chat. Great show, Papi. Okay, is it just me
That's
or
for Saul.
Yeah,
That's your
me.
audience.
That's all you.
That's all you. Right
Nobody
there,
gonna
sir.
take that but you.
Every time I say it, it's a problem. So I don't.
You added a different kind of poppy.
Yeah,
to
his
it.
poppy different. Pause.
Then we have James Thomas, $2 super chat. Hot take: Recore was underrated and needs a remake. Facts. I like Recore. Didn't
I like
Recore?
Recore.
Weren't they missing like one or two like
you couldn't
animal
complete-
companions at the end? Like
Yeah,
They put them in the DLC.
okay.
I've
Then
been
we
moved on
have-
after that.
Then we have
'Cause I beat that
gaming.
game. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, Recore was cool. Platform was cool too. Gaming Forte, $5 super chat. God bless having a multi-monitor setup. Picking between ILP and football is tough. Glad the Lions don't play until 4:15.
That's right. We stand on business.
Then we have Truckle Chuckle, $5 super chat. Japanese phrases for the Lords to learn. Addict. Kimi no i, soretomo boku no i. Nishonu ga aru yo. Your place or mine, I've got sake.
You ain't catching me. First off, I don't even know if it says that. He probably trying to get me to say some off the wall stuff so he can clip me.
That's
The-
crazy.
He already got
fact-
soft saying it. He ain't getting me to say it.
The fact that you enunciated that so perfectly is frightening to me.
Then we have Chuckle Chuckle again, £5 super chat. Saab. Koi dakedo kekon sheimatsu. I'm flattered, but I'm married.
Hilarious. Wow.
Then we have Cut Artistic, $5 super chat. Last week, I think we were so efficient and quick with the topics. I wonder what made the difference.
You not happy with the return of someone? Are you implying?
They just wanted to get out of here, bro. And
they
I just be holding them up.
Yeah, that's what that is. That football talk. We good?
And then afterwards, King be like, I gotta go, man. I don't know why it was so
I
long.
was so long. Cog went crazy. Are we good?
Yeah, like
Yes, sir. We are caught up.
All right, this is the big one. This is mine. This is out of hot off the presses, y'all. Shout out to IGN. Yeah, it looks like Pete Harris has a lot to say. So, former Bethesda exec says gaming subscription services, and I quote, worth jack well, you know the rest of the 4 digits of that, without proper support from game developers. He said that tension is hurting a lot of people. So for the context, Pete Hines, ex-Bethesda figurehead, announced his retirement in 2023 after 24 years with the company. He opened up about the state of the gaming industry during a new interview with, I've never heard of DBL Tap. In addition to touching on the early days of the company, like behind Fallout and Elder Scrolls, Hines spoke about what he feels about the future of services. So he said that now he admits his retirement from Xbox, from Bethesda, means his view on the matter may not be up to date. However, Hines says he witnessed what he considered to be some short-sighted decision-making several years ago that now appears to be bearing out the way I said. Then I quote, subscriptions have become the new 4-letter word, right? You can't buy a product anymore, Hines said. When you talk about a subscription that relies on content, if you don't figure out how to balance the needs of the service and the people running the service with the people who are providing the content with which your subscription is worth jack-ish, then you have a real problem. He goes on to say that obviously he said this about this tension, hurting a lot of people, including content creators themselves, because they're fitting into an ecosystem that is not properly valuing and rewarding what they're making. So, yeah, pretty much this has kind of made the rounds.
Well, I feel that last sentence.
Yeah, it's a very, very passionate one. Also, we know that other developers have spoken now. 2 Bethesda developers, obviously, we talked about Arcane Austin and then obviously the Tango situation. But in the wake of mass layoffs and studio closures, original Arcane founder Rafael Colantonio called Game Pass the elephant in the room and an unsustainable model. He added,
Wait, you said Arcane?
yeah, original Arcane founder, original Arcane.
Oh,
yeah,
the studio they closed, right?
well, they closed. Yeah, they
called Austin.
Austin.
Arcane
Yeah,
Austin.
yeah. This guy, he's not with them, but yeah,
Okay.
this is a comment he made. He said, "I don't think Game Pass can coexist with other models. They'll either kill everyone else or give up." And then this is where things got interesting yesterday. So obviously, Shaun Layden, who's had numerous comments about Game Pass and subscription service models, he put out a quote on LinkedIn.
Like the Avengers.
He put out a quote on LinkedIn responding to what Pete said. So Shaun said on LinkedIn, "I'm just going to leave this here," quoting Pete. "I believe Pete's colorful quote hits the nail right on the head. The question is not, is the service profitable for the platform? The question is it healthy and helpful for the developer is what we need to ask." And then there was one more follow-up to what Shaun said. And this was from Shannon Loftus. Obviously, she's been with Xbox Game Studios
Who's that?
7 years. She's been with Xbox Game Studios for 7 years.
Oh, she's not there no more?
No, she's not there anymore.
Okay, cool. Let's get it.
As a long time first-party Xbox developer, I can attest that Pete is correct. While Game Pass can claim a few victories with games that otherwise would have sunk beneath the waves, the majority of game adoption on GAP, I'm assuming that's Game Pass, come at the expense of retail revenue. Unless the game is engineered from the ground up post-release monetization, I could and may someday write pages on the weird inner tension. This is where it gets caught up. Tension this creates with developers. And then Shaun Layden responded. He said, "Yup, he's looking forward to her chronicle." And then the final thing,
that shit all just move in the same building.
Okay.
And just put together a book.
So, yeah, you're interrupting, sir. I'm
Sorry,
finished.
sir.
I'm
I'm just
finished.
like, oh.
You just seem to be interrupting a lot, but it seems to be a sensitive subject for some. But then shout out to the Game Business. They had an article. Shout out to Christopher Drake. I know I'm going to hear a comment from King in a minute in reference to interviewing Machine Games, and it talked about Game Pass consideration, reference to Indiana Jones and stuff like that. So pretty much it says, the evolution includes the emergence of subscription service, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, launched day one in the Game Pass. What's more, it followed Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which delivered a significant spike in users for Game Pass the month before. As a result, Anderson, obviously developer of Indiana Jones, was mindful that his game, Indiana Jones, might have players who are unfamiliar with this type of experiences. He said, "It's a very difficult proposition," Anderson says. "And for this game in particular, we also have to struggle with players who know who Indiana Jones is and those who don't. There are a lot of kids out there who haven't seen the movies, and this is going to be their first introduction to the IP. So we might try to make this the most accessible machine game so far. It's on Game Pass. There's going to be a lot of people trying this genre for the first time." He said it was very, very important to make the onboarding stronger and better than other titles. That was a big focus. As for Game Pass, we know the behaviors of players. They jump in for 5 minutes and they drop out. So that was the quote that went viral. You can take a certain amount of decisions based on that, but at the same time, you don't want to make too many concessions. It needs to be a great game for the player who plays all the way through. That's the most important part for us. Being the story-centric studio we are, it's a hard balance. You always know that you should worry about that more, but at the same time, you care about the grand scheme of things. So, again, this is what's been going on, pretty much the last week or so. The thought about Game Pass, thought about how it's affecting tension or development of games, and it's been pushback. Some people say, "Hey, we think this is a problem. This is affecting the industry." Other people think this is hyperbolic. This is way overblown. There's unusual hate towards Game Pass for some reason. So let's start with Addict. What are your thoughts on all of these comments? Obviously, Machine Game. I'm sorry. Oh, Sav, you got to go, right?
Give me a few minutes. I'll be back. But
okay.
Yeah.
Do your thing. We got you. So, Addict, let's start with you. And what are your thoughts about Pete Hines' comments? Obviously, Shaun Layden, then Shannon Loftus kind of backing it up, and then obviously Machine Games and this whole controversy about subscription services in Game Pass.
I mean, when it comes to, exactly, does this hurt the industry? Does it not hurt the industry? First off, Shaun Layden, I ain't really believing too much that man says. He's been very clear on, being extremely biased, and he doesn't stand on moral grounds because of decisions he's made in the industry after he spoke about against decisions he's made in the industry. So when it comes to him, but I do lean more to believing people like Pete Hines and Shannon Loftus a little bit more. Like, look, subscription services in the gaming industry is relatively new. It's only been around for a few years. It's a new model. Industries change all the time. They branch out. You never really know what the ramifications of having something like Game Pass, because keep in mind, people look at Game Pass. EA Play was EA Access before Game Pass even came around, and it was a subscription service.
True.
So, you got Ubisoft doing it. There's a lot of factors that goes into it. Do I think it's hurting the industry? To some degree on maybe the Xbox ecosystem, because I do think it does eat into the retail cost on certain aspects. Maybe not necessarily as much of games that's not on Game Pass, because look what just happened with Helldivers. Helldivers came out, sold very well, clearly on Xbox. So you look at something like that, that's not on Game Pass, but people still went out and bought it. Right. But I do think some indie games, because I've seen people in the industry, in this community say, "Oh, that game looks good, but that looks like that might be showing up in Game Pass in a couple months. I'm gonna wait out." So I think that was definitely a lost sale. This doesn't necessarily mean they're going to buy it, but I do think people look at something like an Expedition 33. That game was a phenomenal game, but there probably would have been a lot of people that would have bought that on Xbox and not played it on Game Pass. So I do think that is one of the reasons that they went multi-plat, so they can still feed the Game Pass subscription service, but make up the money on other platforms. And that move by itself is pretty much Xbox acknowledging that it's hurting their own bottom line in terms of sales, that they had to branch out and sell on other platforms. So, look, do I think this is like the tremendous hate in the gaming industry? No, I think there's way more practices in the industry that's hurt the industry far more than Game Pass or EA Play or Ubisoft, whatever their services is called. I think pay to win services doing more damage. I think season passes is probably doing more damages. I think games as a service in general has hurt the industry more than Game Pass will ever do. Like Game Pass can literally quadruple and then times that by another 2, and it wouldn't touch what games as a service has done. Fortnite in particular, came out and derailed the entire industry. There was so much money being made on Fortnite. The whole industry, and especially PlayStation, risked their whole livelihood to get a piece of that money. So, trend chasing's always been an issue in the industry, from, season passes. Everyone has a season pass now. Everyone, has a games as a service now. Everyone's free to play now. Just the free to play market in general, games as a service, has made it to where developers like DICE is having a hard time selling games. Right. So it's just like, look, has Game Pass hurt some scenarios? Yes. But I will admit it has, but at the same time, there's an opposite adjacent to that. We have developers saying their game never would have got off the ground without Game Pass, because Microsoft was just throwing out bags to everyone. Their game never would have seen the light of day. Silk, maybe that, we don't know, but maybe that game would have took another 1.5 years to be made. Maybe because they were able to get that money, because, the Kickstarter did well, but you get that Microsoft money too. Now you can, we can hire more contractors. We can stress out less about finances because we got a money from a bag from Xbox, and guess why Xbox gave them that bag? Game Pass. So it's just like, look, every practice in this industry has causes and effects in both directions, negative and positive. And I'm not going to ever be one of those people that comes on this podcast and say there is zero negatives to Game Pass in the industry, because I know they are. But I'm also not going to be one of those people to say there is zero positives of Game Pass being in the industry, because I guarantee you a lot of these huge indies and AA titles wouldn't be around without that service.
All right. Addict has spoken. Lord King, a lot of commentary during my readings. So let's get it, man. Obviously Pete is outside. He made his comments. He said now he hasn't been there since, and maybe things have changed.
Since the Redfall thing.
Since I forgot how long it's been now, but so now his thoughts, about the subscription services and the tension it creates about games having to be a platform versus I guess having the developers taken care of, so to speak. What are your thoughts on that? Now, obviously, Shaun Layden echoing it, and now Shannon Loftus saying, "Hey, we agree with Pete."
I want to know what the hell is up with all these Xbox ex-employees with these diarrhea mouths. Like, what's going on with this? I'm trying to figure it out. Like, PlayStation dudes, when they leave that company, I don't know what tea they was sipping. I don't know what hypnosis they are under. They ride to the death. You got Shohei, shout out, I love Shohei, said, buy the remasters or remakes of games so you could get a new one. Like, he champions an unsustainable practice. Buy the same game again so you could get a new one, right? And they've been buying the same game a million times and they didn't get a new one yet. I'm just saying, everybody seems to have this weird vitriol, and it's always the X. It's always the X. Like, when Redfall happened, like, okay, let me just go to Bethesda as a whole, ABK as a whole. Microsoft couldn't purchase ABK at all if they were in good standings.
Right.
They happily wasn't. And it was a great thing when they purchased them because they brought unions in and they changed and restructured things. Listen, Bethesda has never looked better. Blizzard has never looked better. And King looks fantastic. Yeah, it had a little redundancies here and there. And stuff redundancies. Yeah, stuff had to happen. But when you have mergers, when you
major
have
layoffs, the most layoffs in the history.
That happens in an industry like that. When you have mergers of that level and that size, you're going to have a fallout of that magnitude. And that's kind of par for the course. When you have smaller mergers, you have smaller layoffs and stuff like that. So it's kind of a ratio across the boards. I'm not saying one is greater or one is lesser. What I'm just saying is, as a whole in this industry, when you do have mergers, you're going to have redundancies in the spaces. But when that Redfall thing happened and everybody was calling for Phil and them to go,
right?
I aptly said, oh, no. Pete Hines should go. And they went and got ABK based off of the fact that all their games, that they had to go get a large publisher to subsidize what Game Pass wasn't offering. Now, with those 4 or 5 studios that they had, they couldn't release the games in a cadence that made sense. They had to get a larger publisher in order to do so. They went and got a third-party publisher to help facilitate that other vision that they had, that Addict aptly brought up, which is true. Them giving the games away inside Game Pass kind of eroded the sales numbers inside the Xbox ecosystem. But by placing those games in other ecosystems, you've shown that you're able to deliver dominant Game Pass, very sustainable in the ideas of...
Slowly, what's going on?
Oh yeah, something happened.
Yeah, it said the stream will end
the stream and restart it. Like, really, don't close out, just end and restart.
In OBS?
Yeah.